The following is a sports presentation of Q100.
Springs Valley High School football's on the air. WFLQ Q100, the sports voice of the Valley, presents exciting play-by-play coverage of Springs Valley High School football. Tonight's game between the Springs Valley Blackhawks and the Perry Central Commodores being brought to you by Smithville, now offering DSL and fast internet service to customers, another way to serve you better. Sullivan Financial, Raymond James and Associates Investments, Highway 60 and 9th Street in Mitchell. Springs Valley Metals, formerly Medco, Highway 145 French Lick. 33 Brick Street, good food in a legendary atmosphere in downtown French Lick. And by Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company with offices in French Lick, Jasper, and Paoli. And now Springs Valley High School football. Let's take you to the field with the voice of the Blackhawks, Q100's Mike Hamilton, and color by Kevin Terrell.
Hawks Nest on the SV campus in French Lick, Indiana. This is Springs Valley High School football, where tonight the Blackhawks close out the home portion of the regular season, but it won't be the final home contest that they will play in 2017 as they welcome in Patoka Lake Athletic Conference rival Perry Central on senior night. Hello again, everyone. Mike Hamilton being joined by Tracy Tucker as the Hawks try to keep things going. It is now 3 consecutive victories after opening the season with 4 straight losses. The latest victim, the Tecumseh Braves, last week. The Hawks surrendered a touchdown to the Braves on their opening possession and then proceeded to force 6 turnovers over the course of the rest of the ball game and got their offense generated, especially with the running game, as they got 2 touchdowns each from Wyatt Perkiser and Colby Lowe en route to a 40-7 triumph. Tonight, the Hawks will try to keep it going, and while the best they can do is go 2-3 in Patoka Lake Athletic Conference play, what's most important is keeping momentum going, and they'll have tonight and next week when they travel to North Davies as tune-ups for when they open Sectional 48 play 2 weeks from tonight here on their home field when the, as of right now, North Central Thunderbirds come to town in the opening round. Well, certainly this juggernaut, Tracy Tucker, continues to move along, and Valley just trying to keep on keeping on right now.
Yeah, Mike, that's exactly what you want to do here at this point of the season. You want to start playing your best football there, getting close to tournament time, and definitely we've seen huge improvement in our defense from the first couple of games, and they just keep getting better and better, and hopefully we see that continue tonight.
Perry Central comes in with a record of 3-4, but they may have picked up their biggest win of the year last week. They knocked off West Washington 14-10, so certainly even though this Perry team was hit heavy by graduation last year, they've already matched the number of wins they had in 2016, so certainly not a team to be taken lightly.
No, not at all. And anytime you play Perry Central with the history and tradition that they have, and pretty typical Commodore team this year. They're big up front. They got a good running back, and they're you're going to have to show up to play football to be able to win the game.
Maybe their only drawback, and it may not have been because here he's still playing, is that they have a freshman quarterback. Cameron Bland has played most of the year, so Coach Greg Gibson obviously has a lot of confidence in him.
Yeah, anytime you put a freshman in there, you definitely have to have a lot of confidence, and that looks like they've got a good future ahead of them.
All right, well, the Hawks won a thriller last year down in Leopold. They had not won at Perry Central since the 2000 season, but the Hawks were able to, on a 7-yard run by O'Brien Selby, knock off the Commodores in Leopold in overtime by a score of 27-21. Although the Hawks have seen Perry dominate the series, Valley has not beaten Perry since the 2011 season. That was a 29-14 victory. The Commodores have won each of the last 2 meetings. Perry Central mathematically still has a shot to at least share the Patoka Lake Athletic Conference title. Mitchell and Paoli are playing tonight. They're both undefeated. Should Mitchell defeat Paoli, that would give the Rams their first loss. And then Perry plays Mitchell next week down in Leopold. And if Perry were to win tonight and defeat Mitchell, then there would be a three-way tie in the PLAC. Valley's going to make sure that doesn't happen as they look for their fourth win in a row here tonight. Springs Valley and Perry Central getting set to kick off about 15 or so minutes from now. When we come back, we'll be joined by head coach Mark Hammond on the Springs Valley Football Report. He'll join us in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School Football.
Let's say your kid or an envious coworker posted on social media that you're going on vacation. While you're excited about your time away, you're concerned that your empty home may be at risk. Leave your worries at home and pack peace of mind when you sign up for Smithville Security. Our #1 rated Honeywell Lyric home automation system provides full protection, and you can monitor your home from miles away. Simple, smart, safe, Smithville. Find out how to pack peace of mind and leave worries behind at smithvillesecurity.com.
This is the Springs Valley Football Report with head coach Mark Hammond as the Blackhawks play host to Perry Central on senior night. Coach, as we go back to last Friday, made it 3 in a row, a nice win over Tecumseh during homecoming festivities, pumpkin festival. The weather was absolutely wonderful, so you couldn't ask for a better night, certainly, and even though it took maybe till about the second quarter, middle of the second quarter, before the kids really started turning it on, turned into a nice win.
Yeah, I tell you, going into the week, it's always one of those weeks with all the stuff that was going on last week, as you mentioned, with Pumpkin Festival and a lot of stuff, homecoming, and you never know how the kids are going to come out. We came out a little flat against Tecumseh, and again, the kids, they watched scores and had seen they'd lost 4 in a row. So I think all that played a factor into that little bit of slow start, and had a couple kids we're not sure if was going to play or not with Justin Shipman being out. We had to change lineup for sure, and then Trenton McElfresh coming off the ankle injury. He was pretty much a game time decision, and we finally was getting him worked back in there. So I think some uncertainty led into that. But yeah, once the game kicked off and once we kind of adjusted to their first punch or two, then I thought our kids really reacted well, and it was one of the better ball games we had played once we got rid of some of the penalties and stuff. But the enthusiasm was at 10, and the excitement level down there by the field was just really nice. So really good Friday night football.
I posed this question to you during our sectional preview show on Wednesday. For the second straight week, really, the ground game dominated the offense, and I made the comment that a mark of a good team will take what the defense gives you. Was that the case in this Tecumseh game? Yeah,
last Friday night, you go into the game and you think they're going to, worry about your ground game or whatever, because most people want to stop the run first and stuff. But the last couple of weeks, and Tecumseh is no exception, they kind of played a different defense than we'd kind of seen on film, and really softened up the coverage and tried to cover us going deep or the crossing routes and stuff. So again, took us as coaches a little bit maybe to adjust, but then once we got adjusted, it was just like, hey, all right, this is what they're giving us. We're going to take it. And Wyatt, Zach, and Colby, all three guys had great running games. Our line was performing well, and as I mentioned, I believe after the game, our wide receivers and backs were really blocked extremely well last Friday night. So that was something to see that, that's a point of emphasis that finally you can see it maybe getting better in game time.
Well, certainly one area that's getting better, and we saw it Friday night too, the fact that the defense was able to create 6 turnovers in the ball game. You even had a pick 6. It was a big night in the secondary for Zach and the rest of the crew, certainly, but when you can jar the football loose and really create havoc with the quarterback and get the ball in good field position, things are usually going to go your way.
Yeah, I tell you, that's something early in the year, we again, just didn't have the defensive personnel maybe that we needed out there, getting adjusted to what we could do and couldn't do. And as I said, the last 3 or 4 games we've been playing really well, and those guys are becoming ball hawks back there. They're really going after the ball and making sure we're in the right spots, not letting anybody behind them, and then even caused a few fumbles there, which it's one of those things where the first guy gets him, the second guy better try to get the ball, and they're really understanding that process. So again, it's nice to see that defense really stepping up, and I know Tecumseh had another drive that went down close to the goal line, and again, we was able to force a turnover right down inside there. So it's, again, everything's, kind of each week you see little things that you work on finally coming out there in the game, and it's nice to see.
Final conference game tonight, final home game of the regular season. We know we are going to be home at least to start the first round and hopefully even more, but just talk a little bit about the approach into this Perry game.
Yeah, Perry's one of those teams that you come into and it's going to be a battle every year. No matter if they're graduated a bunch of kids last year or whether they are bringing back a bunch of kids, they're just always going to be solid and solid offensively and solid defensively, and they're going to usually have a decent sized line up there. So they're always one of those teams that you're coming into and you're always a little worried about, regardless of the record or anything else like that. So Perry, being conference game, it's going to be a little more heightened for them. It's going to be a little more heightened for us, and being senior night for us, I think, again, the kids are going to come out fired up and ready to go. But Perry, they're going to want to do the same things they like to do. They'll run the ball, and try to hit you with a pass once in a while. So again, if we can control that and just not give up the big plays, that's one thing that, sometimes you look and, I know the back last week from Tecumseh had over 100 yards and stuff, but we were controlling that ground game, and that's what you got to be able to do, not just give them the big plays, because hopefully they'll make a mistake, make a bad pitch here, have a holding penalty, something like that to get them out of their routine or their down and distance that they want to get into. So again, defensive front's going to have to play really well tonight, but again, I think our kids are up to the task.
Other than this game helping to jockey for better position, of course, in the conference standings, we've talked several times already about how momentum is important. And as we continue to wind down with tonight and then one more basic tune-up before sectional play begins, I assume this game important from that standpoint.
Yeah, and as I mentioned Wednesday night, we're really challenging our kids to make this a focus on what we're going to look like at sectional time on our home game against North Central. Watching film just a little bit that we have on North Central, I think they got, again, a comparable offense to Perry Central, going to want to ground and pound a little bit. So that'll be interesting to see, and really just trying to heighten up the excitement and enthusiasm for sectional. So again, we're really challenging the kids this week to look good on our home field, and that's where we're going to be in a couple weeks when sectional starts off. So again, hopefully the kids are going to show up and ready to play tonight.
All right, and Coach, you've already touched on a couple of the keys, but again, we've talked about the importance of getting off to a good start. It wasn't the best of starts last week, but you still were able to rebound, but it's still nice to always kind of maybe set the pace, so to speak, from the outset.
Yeah, I mean, I think, a lot of people are like, oh, you got to score earlier, this and that. And I think, that's something that, even though we got behind early, we was able to take the first possession and drive the ball on them. And I think that gave us confidence, even though we turned it over on downs, inside the 20, inside the 15, whatever it was. I think that's important, and that's what I've been trying to tell the kids is, worry about first downs. Let's not worry about touchdowns. Those touchdowns will come. But as long as we're able to move the ball early and get that momentum going, everything will work out in the end. And same thing defense, we just don't give up that big play and get adjusted to what they're trying to do. So kids have been doing a nice job at it, and I think we'll do another good job at it tonight.
Looking forward to it. Thanks for the talk, Coach. Go out and get them tonight.
Hey, appreciate it, Mike. Thanks a lot.
And this has been the Springs Valley Football Report with head coach Mark Hammond as the Blackhawks take on Perry Central. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School Football.
Hello, my name is Ross Key. I speak farming and represent Springs Valley Bank and Trust, a true community bank committed to agriculture. As an ag specialist, I am committed to working with our customers and supporting the economic strength of our agricultural community. I look forward to building new and lasting relationships with farmers, businesses, and the people in the communities in which we live and work. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
Joined now by the head coach of the Perry Central Commodores, Greg Gibson, and as usual, Coach, good to catch up with you. I know as you head into these final couple of games of the season, football teams want to be playing their best football. With your win over West Washington last week, did you take maybe a step in the right direction towards that?
Yeah, I think so. I think if nothing else, confident-wise, we've been kind of inconsistent early in the season, and like you said, you want to start peaking about this time. And I thought the last couple of games we played real well. Even in Eastern Green game, I thought our front seven played well on defense. They were just too much, and then we played real well last week.
I know when you get to this point in the season, you kind of forget, but you guys were hit heavy with graduation from last year. So with these a lot of newcomers coming in and filling in roles, how has that transition gone?
Well, I think that's a lot of the inconsistency issues too. We've got a little freshman quarterback who gets better every week. We've had a couple first-year players come out that's really helped us, but they're learning too. So like you said, it's a learning process for everybody. We're heading into week 8 now, and I think we're starting to come together a little bit, but yeah, I think the inconsistency at the beginning of the year was a lot based on that.
With the way the draw came out last week, does that alter how you prepare for these last couple of games at all?
Not really. Just we're one of our goals every year, our main goal is to finish as high in the PLAC as we can, and that's our focus. And we finish. I like the way our schedule set up. We finished with 3 straight PLAC games at the end of the season, and this is the second of those 3. And so our focus is there, and we want to represent Perry Central well in the conference.
Well, certainly up the road there in Mitchell, a big game going on there, and if things kind of go your way, you're hoping for a Mitchell win, and then you've got the Blue Jackets next week, so you still have a mathematical shot of at least sharing the conference, so plenty to play for tonight.
Sure, and that's one of the things we've pointed out to the kids, and that helped focus us a little bit. We talk it's one game at a time. You got to play the team that's right in front of you. But yeah, that definitely has been mentioned a couple times. We're Mitchell fans tonight. Might not be that way next week, but we're Mitchell fans tonight. With
that said, I know you're focused on this Springs Valley team. Tell us a little bit about what you can expect.
Well, they're a hard-nosed bunch. They and everybody I've talked to, they just play hard. They're fast. They got a lot of speed. The Whitaker boy, I really like him. He was a really nice quarterback last year, and looks like he's taking some more steps this year. They got some speed at different running back positions, and they got some size. So it's a ball game that I think is going to be a fun game to watch.
Early in the season, Whitaker had some really nice games passing. It seems like the last couple of opponents, Crawford and Tecumseh, have tried to take the passing game away. Valley's been effective with their run game. Is that a situation where tonight you kind of have to pick your poison?
Well, yeah. I mean, we've kind of focused on all week long. This is a two-headed monster here. They can run the ball and they can throw the ball. So this is going to take a total team effort. Our front seven is going to have to control that run, and then our DBs are going to have to do their job. So it's a talented bunch of kids over there, and it's going to be a fun game.
All right. Anything else that'll be important for you guys to do tonight?
Well, we need to be consistent. We can't have penalties that put us behind the chain. We're not a team that can overcome a lot of that at this point in our learning process, and so we want to stay fairly on target with the down and distance, and then we'd like to be balanced as we can to keep these guys off foot a little bit.
I've been joking all those years, and that's not to certainly exclude this year, but when you had some extremely talented teams, we always more often than not seem to face you in the sectional. Now that you have bumped up enrollment-wise to 2A, and we've got Linton moving up because of the success factor, now it seems like there's Eastern Green, right. but I know you're focused on the 2A, and that's a pretty loaded field as well.
Yeah, in our section, I think our section is fairly balanced. We had a meeting the other night, and Coach Mills over at Crawford was joking, said it's almost just another conference season for us because we got 3 or 4 conference schools in our sectional. But yeah, you guys got that Eastern Green to hang with, and North Central's a tough team too. So yeah, you're right. It's still not a cakewalk, that's for sure, in that sectional.
All right, Coach, with that said, congratulations on the season to this point. We wish you the best not only tonight but on through the season and into the sectional as well.
I appreciate that. Thank you. It's always a pleasure coming up here.
And that is Greg Gibson, the head coach of the Perry Central Commodores, joining us prior to tonight's game as the Hawks take on Perry Central. We'll have more of our pregame in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
A message from Spring Valley Meadows and French Lick.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
This is Springs Valley senior running back Zach Carnes. Now back to more Blackhawks football with Mike Hamilton on Q100.
We welcome you to Springs Valley High School as the Blackhawks in week number 8 get set to take on their conference rivals, the Perry Central Commodores, the next to last game of the regular season. They'll be at North Davies next week before coming home to take on the North Central Thunderbirds in opening round play of sectional 48. Tracy, your thoughts and the keys to the ball game tonight?
Well, Mike, I think the keys to the game tonight are, number one, the defense needs to continue their excellent play that they've picked up over the last 3 or 4 ball games. And offensively, we just need to get off to a good start. Not necessarily we have to put a bunch of points on the board early, but we need to move football, get some first downs, and generate some momentum. And I think those are the 2 big keys to the game. So now I'm going to turn it over to the voice of the Blackhawks, Mr. Mike Hamilton.
All right, Tracy, thank you very much. Hello again, everyone. Valley won the toss. They have deferred their choice to the second half, so Perry Central will get the ball first. Valley will move left to right here in this opening quarter of play. They are in their home black uniforms with white numbers, black pants, black helmets with the white V. Perry Central coming out in their traveling white uniforms with green pants, green numbers, green helmets, and the white P on those helmets. It'll be Braden Whitaker getting set to kick off for the Hawks. Standing back deep for Perry Central, Josh Smith along with Creek Wright. We'll await the whistle from the official. There it is, and we are underway with activities here on senior night. It is headed down around the 15-yard line, and finally picking it up is Josh Smith. Spun around at the 15, gets it out over the 20 and up to about the 24. He took his time picking up the football that time, finally did, and gets about 10 yards. So that is where the Commodores will take over. First and 10, they'll spot the ball right at the 25-yard line. The quarterback is a freshman, Cameron Bland, 170. The fullback, Clint Payne, 200 and a senior. Creek Wright is the running back, 155 and a senior. The flanker is Clay James, 170 and a junior. The split end, Ty Mulis, 160 and a senior. And the tight end, Alex Holman, at 170 and a senior. Split backfield on first down and 10. Looking to throw as Bland fires over the middle, and the pass is incomplete. The intended target was Clay James that time. Adam George from his middle linebacker position in on the coverage, I think was able to get a hand in on it and knock the ball away. It'll bring up now a second down and 10.
Yeah, I was getting ready to comment. You know, Perry Central, they like to run the football, and then hit you with a play-action pass, and looks like they come right out of the gate with the play-action pass.
Well, Bland, that's his 61st pass attempt of the year, so divided by 7, that's roughly only about 8.5 throws per game. Now the handoff in the backfield. This is, let's see who's carrying the football. It's Clay James coming from that flanker position. Didn't find a lot of running room as the Hawks, good pursuit. They'll spot it out over the 25. We'll call it the 26, so a yard gain there for James. It'll bring up third down and 9.
Great job by the defensive end there, A-Cuff, and then our linebackers and defensive backs were able to come up on that pretty quick, make a good gang tackle.
So third and long. Bland up under center. Now they go kind of into a wing T formation. Man in motion is Smith. Here's Bland. Dropping back to throw, looks, fires it out on the flat, and he overthrows his intended target. The intended target there for Perry was Kane Hone, and actually it was a nice catch made by Ryan Tao on the sideline for the Hawks. But the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down, a good 3-and-out for Valley, and they should be in pretty good shape field position-wise as Josh Smith gets set to boot the ball away. It's a good snap back. Valley comes in, a little bit of contact there, no call. Valley will let it bounce. Zach Carnes started to pick it up, decides otherwise, and the Commodores will down it at the Valley, it looks like 39-yard line. So good, Tracy, to see Valley's defense come out and set the tone here, at least in this first series.
Yeah, one thing I noticed there, and I hope it continues through the game for the Blackhawks, is that we just looked much faster. Kids were moving quick, and Perry seemed a little sluggish there at the start, but we'll see how this game progresses.
So the 3-year starter, Braden Whitaker, will lead his offense out onto the field. The 205-pound senior will have Raheem Bell, the fullback, 185 at a senior. The running backs, Wyatt Perkiser, 145 at a senior, and Colby Lowe at 145 at a junior. Zach Carnes in motion. The ball snapped back to Whitaker. He pitches off to Colby Lowe, trying to get to the outside, looking to turn the corner, and will find only limited success there, as moving in was Ty Mullis from his safety position to make the tackle. A 2-yard gain on the play for Colby. It'll bring up now a second down.
Coach Hammond testing the speed. I think that's an advantage we're going to have tonight, is the speed of our running backs against the Perry Central defense.
Jackson Land, one of the wideouts, 116 a junior. The other, Ryan Tao, at 165 and a senior. And seeing a lot of times, Zach Carnes at 155 and a senior. Out of the wing tee on second down. This time it is Perkiser. Started outside, cuts it up the middle, crosses the 45, and it's going to be about a yard shy of the first down. Spilled at the 48-yard line, so he'll get 7 on that. And that'll set up now a 3rd down and 1. After Wyatt's first carry.
Good job by the offensive line there. Open up a nice hole up the middle.
And those front 5, Camden Grandstaff, the center, 185 at a sophomore. Nate Hamilton, the left guard, 116 a junior. Caleb McCracken, the right guard, 190 a sophomore. Left tackle Nick Jones, 255 at a junior. And big Colton Reynolds at 275 at a junior, the right tackle. 3rd and a yard. Whitaker hands off Raheem Bell. Oh, he is stuffed, breaks free. Now he's in trouble in the backfield, and he was not going to escape the grasp of the inside linebacker, Clint Payne. So that time, Perry with the advantage as they stuffed Raheem for no gain. So it'll bring up 4th down now and a yard. The ball at the 48 of Valley, and early decision time here for head coach Mark Hammond.
I think he's making a good decision here. Looks like we're going to go for it. Got to keep Perry Central from penetrating the line there. It looks like we hit a wall as soon as Raheem got the ball.
Out of the pistol formation, Whitaker with Raheem Bell behind him, down to 5 on the play clock. Up under center as Whitaker takes the snap, hands off, and in trouble in the backfield is Valley, and they're not going to get the first down. I think that was Zach Carnes carrying with that little counter play, and the Commodores have stopped Valley and will take over the football on down. So the gamble for Mark Hammond backfires as Zach gets no yardage on that. So twice with a yard to gain for the first down, the Commodores come up big, and they will take over the football, and they will start in Valley territory.
It's a good call by the Valley coaches. Perry Central just came up, made a good play on the run there, so give him a lot of credit.
So from the 47 of Valley, 1st and 10. Bland up under center, takes the snap, hands off. This is Creek Wright. He's got a big hole up the middle. He breaks free, and he could be gone. One man to catch him, Isaiah Pantier. He will not. And on the first play of Perry's second drive, Creek Wright breaks through the middle and goes 47 yards for the touchdown. And boy, how is that for a shocker here in the early going? So Creek Wright got that burst of speed going and found a huge hole up the middle. And just like last week, when Tecumseh scored the first touchdown of the ball game, the Commodores are on the board first at the 8:34 mark of this opening quarter. And on for the extra point is Josh Smith. He splits the uprights, and it's a good start for the Commodores as they are on the board first. Time out of the field, 8:34 to go first quarter on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. It's Perry Central 7, Springs Valley nothing. Back with more Blackhawks football in just a moment.
What's better than enjoying a fine meal at 33 Brick Street in French Lick? Savoring each mouth-watering bite on their outdoor patio and courtyard. Enhance your 33 Brick Street dining experience by taking in the open air during these warm months. Their patio and courtyard, featuring a fire pit, is perfect for special occasions or events, including wedding receptions, anniversaries, birthdays, and more. They can even design a special menu for your event. Make your reservations by calling 33 Brick Street at 936-3370. That's 936-3370. 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick, good food, all in a legendary atmosphere.
Go Blackhawks and go to Springs Valley Supply on Highway 145 in French Lick. Stop by for top quality Valspar paints for interior and exterior protection. And see the line of Cabot stains for steps and decks at Springs Valley Supply, your steel dealer in French Lick.
October is the time for our Royal Reese Brownie Blizzard of the month at Dairy Queen of Springs Valley. And stop in for your noon or evening nourishment with a $5 DQ meal. 3-piece chicken strips or deluxe cheeseburger with fries, medium drink, and free sundae. Just $5 at Dairy Queen in French Lick.
Following the Perry Central touchdown, Josh Smith kicking off a short boot fielded at the 30 by Drake Terry. He was able to get it up to the 39, so that's where the Hawks started last time and went 3 and out. Let's see if they could move the football a little bit better this time around. Out of the T formation, in motion is low, inside handoff. Wyatt Perkiser started outside, cuts it back up, and is able to get it out over the 40 up to about the 42-yard line. Boy, this Perry Central defense really showing a lot of toughness here, as again, not much running room there for Wyatt.
And we're testing the middle without a lot of success right now.
Colton Bland made the tackle from his defensive end position. He's 205 and a junior. On the other side is Garrett James at 220 and a sophomore. The gain was for 2, second down and 8 now for the Hawks. Back to throw is Whitaker. Has some time. Now throws the screen pass, grabbed by Wyatt, and he is pulled out of bounds at about the 47, maybe the 48-yard line. So Whitaker successful on his first completion of the night. As he hits Wyatt, that will go for 6 yards, and will set up now a 3rd down and 2 here for Valley. The tackles for Perry, Stephen Parr, he's a big boy, 315 and a senior, and Ty Cronin at 200 and a junior. So the Hawks already 0 for 1 on 3rd down conversions. Let's see what they do here. Out of the pistol is Whitaker. In motion is Bell, and somebody for Perry jumped, and this may give the Hawks an automatic 1st down. And that is the case. One of those interior linemen for the Commodores jumped a little bit too soon, and that is our first penalty of the ball game, and it goes Valley's way. It'll give them a 1st down as they now are in Perry territory for the first time at the 48-yard line. And I'd say Valley will take 1st downs any way they can get them.
Absolutely.
Bland and Tao, the wideouts, in motion. Carnes to the far side. Whitaker out of the pistol, hands off to Lowe. Behind his blockers, turns it upfield, gets it inside the 45 and down to about the 43-yard line before he is spilled. So a nice piece of running by Colby. He'll spot it at the 43, so at a 5-yard gain there for Mr. Lowe. It'll bring up now a 2nd down and 5.
I tell you, Colton Reynolds came off that ball and drove his man back about 15 yards and kept driving. That was that's what opened up that hole there for Colby.
2nd down and 5. Again, Land and Tao, the wideouts. Raheem in the backfield. Handoff, the counter play to Wyatt. Started outside, cuts it back in. But again, Perry getting some pretty good penetration. It'll be about a 3-yard pickup here for Wyatt down to the 40. So again, the Hawks are looking at a 3rd down situation, 3rd and about 2, but at least that yardage pretty manageable. The outside linebackers, Lane Hilgenhold at 145 and a senior, Alex Holman at 170 and a senior. The inside linebackers, Clint Payne at 200 and a senior, and Levi Simpson at 165 and a junior. 3rd and 2 for Valley at the Perry 40. Again, in motion is Raheem. Here is Whitaker. Takes the snap, looking for running room. Makes a couple of cuts, breaks to the outside, now turns it up. He's to the 30. He's got more than enough for the first down and all the way to the 25-yard line. And what a terrific piece of running for Braden Whitaker. He just followed his blockers beautifully, found where the seams were, and he goes for 16 big yards. And the Hawks now down to the 24-yard line of Perry.
Yeah, as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, he made a really nice cutback and kept that ball cut back across the grain there and picked up some nice yards.
So the Hawks now at the 24 of the Commodores on their second drive of the ball game. Perry leads it 7-0. In motion is Perkiser to the near side, and Whitaker fumbles the snap, picks it up, now runs up the middle, and he has some nice running room inside the 20 and down to about the 18-yard line. So that's a nice bit of improvisation by Mr. Whitaker there as he bobbled the snap and had the presence to pick up about 5 yards on the play.
Yeah, it looks like he was going to take that snap and pitch the ball to Wyatt and kind of dropped it, but fortunately he's able to get a clean pick off the ground and get some positive yards out of it.
2nd down and 5 now. The ball at the 19 of the Commodores. Carnes in motion to the far side. Colby in the backfield. Back to throw is Whitaker. Has some time. Now flushed out of the pocket. Looks. Now he's throwing into the end zone, and he underthrows his target. That was Ryan Tao coming back across, and now we've got I think we've got a holding call here against the Hawks.
Braden got out there and made a nice, he threw the ball where he wanted to, just came up a little short. Didn't quite get a good step into the pass.
Wouldn't have mattered anyway with the Hawks being flagged for holding, so this will move the ball, I believe, back to the 29-yard line. Nope, they're going to move it even further back. Wow. All the way to the 35. Now that's a pass play, Tracy, and on passing plays, the previous spot is the basic spot of the foul. So it should have come back 10 yards from the 19 and not from the spot of the foul. Had it been a running play, yes, it's from the spot of the foul. So incorrect marking here, and the Hawks now looking at a 2nd down and 21. Now on the inside handoff, big hole for Wyatt Perkiser, slips the tackle, gets a block, he's to the 20, 15, 10, and he is just tripped up at about the 7-yard line. Clay James made the touchdown-saving tackle. He got his arms around the ankles of Wyatt that time and just was able to trip him up. But it is a terrific run for Wyatt all the way down to the 4-yard line, a 31-yard run, and it will set up 1st and goal for the Hawks from there.
Need to give a lot of credit there to Jackson Land. He was out in front of him and had a really nice block on their defensive back to able to spring Wyatt loose. So great job out there, Jackson Land.
Hawks on the doorstep of their first touchdown with 4 minutes to go opening quarter. Under center is Whitaker, hands off to Zach Carnes, trying the left side, and he's not going to go anywhere. In fact, he might have even lost a yard. So right now, Tracy, Valley finding the middle of that Perry Central defense tough to come by. Yardage tough to come by.
They are, but at this time of the game, it's keep pounding it in there, and then we'll eventually find something that works. Up testing the line right now.
Rounding out Perry's defense, we gave you their defensive line and their linebackers. Their corners are Clay James at 170 and a junior, Josh Smith at 140 and a sophomore, and the safety, Ty Mullis at 160 and a senior. 2nd and goal for Valley now at the 5. In motion is Colby Lowe. He gets the handoff on the sweep, trying to get to the outside. He turns the corner and he's in. Touchdown, Springs Valley. So Colby on the sweep using his speed, and the Hawks are within a point of tying up this football game as they answer Perry's touchdown with a nice 61-yard drive of their own.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Perry didn't play that pretty good. Colby just outran him, but he had to run about 30 yards to the outside to get his 2 or 3 yards, showing his speed there.
Out there was Raheem Bell. He threw the key block that allowed Colby to slip around the corner and get into the end zone. Now Valley will go for 2 in the lead. The lone setback is Raheem Bell. Back to throw is Whitaker. Looks, trying to throw against the grain, maybe. Nope, now he's going to just heave it into the end zone, and the pass is incomplete. There is a penalty flag down. We may have another holding call here. Good coverage by the Commodores. And it's going to be a holding call here against Valley. Oh, no, they're going to call a hold here against Perry.
I was going to say, where that flag was at, it kind of indicated that it wasn't, it might be on the defense, so.
All right. Valley will take that. That should move it up half the distance to the goal, and the Hawks will get to retry here. So a 5-yard run by Colby Lowe has Valley within a point now at 7-6 with 3:10 remaining in this opening quarter of play on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. Now the ball at the 1.5, so that'll give the Hawks a few more options here to try to do something. They'll split Jackson Land wide to the left. Perkiser and Bell in the backfield. Raheem in motion to the near side. Hand off to Whitaker. Tries his way off the right side, and with a second effort, he gets across the goal line.
Good call, good play.
He was initially stopped at the 1, but kept those legs pumping, and with that second effort, gets across. And with that, the Hawks have their first lead of the night. Time out of the field, 3:10 to go, first quarter on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. It's now the Hawks 8, the Commodores 7. Back with more Springs Valley football in just a moment.
When it comes to shopping local, most of us think of small, friendly mom-and-pop shops with their quality products and commitment to their community. You may not think of Smithville as a local company, but it is. An Indiana company built by Hoosiers for Hoosiers. Nationally recognized for outstanding fiber internet, TV, voice, and security, as well as incredible customer service provided by your fellow Hoosiers. Go local. Visit switchtosmithville.com for the fastest internet and more. You'll be in good hands.
A solid drive by the Hawks to answer the Perry score. Colby Lowe capping it off with a 5-yard run, and then Whitaker with the 2-point conversion. Here's a short kickoff. It's fumbled, and I think the Hawks have it. Let's wait and see. And no, they're going to say it's Perry ball. I thought Isaiah Pantier had it, and the officials indicate that Perry keeps the football. Did you see exactly
I'm not
what
sure.
happened there, Tracy?
I did. It looked like the ball bounced right to Isaiah, and he must have lost it there at the end of it. But
I think it got him on the side, and he wasn't able to corral it, and Perry was able to fall on top of it.
See if our defense can play like they did that first series. Our line's going to have to they're going to really be challenged here, so they're going to stay low, fire off the ball.
I formation backfield, back to throw his Land. Looks, he is going long for Clay James. Oh, and he makes a terrific over-the-shoulder catch. And before Cole Cooper can bring him down, he's to the 35-yard line.
That was a really nice pass play.
It was. And Bland, for a freshman, really showing his arm there. So all the way to the 34-yard line of Valley. That's a 32-yard pass play. And the Commodores now back into Valley territory with a 1st and 10. Again, an I formation backfield, a double tight end. Bland takes the snap, hands off to right, broke a tackle at the line of scrimmage, working his way off the left side and gets it down close to the 30-yard line. Nick Jones coming off the bottom of the pile, as does Drake Terry. Be a pickup of 4 on the play to bring up a 2nd down and 6. Hawks have Colton Reynolds as their nose guard, 275 at a junior. Nick Jones, 255 at a junior. Justin Haley, 185 at a junior. The tackles. The ends are Amon Acuff, 185 at a sophomore. Raheem Bell at 185 and a senior. We'll give the rest of the defense in a moment. Again, an I formation on 2nd down and 6. Bland hands off to Creek. And, he is pulverized. Oh, what a tackle made by Colton Reynolds that time as he shed his block. and came storming in and nails right for a loss of a yard back to the 31-yard line. That was one terrific defensive play made by Colton Reynolds.
Great play by Colton.
Ball still at the 30,
one more.
so we'll call it no gain, 3rd down and 6. Adam George, the middle linebacker for the Hawks at 150, the sophomore. The outside linebackers, Trenton McElfresh, 165, the senior. Drake Terry at 155, the junior. Back to throw Bland. He's going to go long again for James. Can he get it? Oh, just getting a piece of it at the last minute was Cole Cooper, and James could not come up with it. Again, it was right on the money, but Cole was stride for stride with James that time and just got a hand in there at the last second to knock that one away.
Yeah, Cole had good coverage, and ball may just have been a hair underthrown, but good play by Springs Valley's defense.
Cole, one of the corners at 155, the junior, along with Zach Carnes at 155, and a senior, and the safety Isaiah Pantier at 160, and a junior. So with the ball at the Valley 30, Perry will go for it. 4th down and 6. They're going to send 3 wideouts all to the near side. Bland will go out of the shotgun. He's going to look to keep the football, and he is hit, and with a second effort, he gets the first down. What a nice play made by the freshman there. Looked like it was going to be a quarterback draw all the way, and he was hit right around the first down marker, but the Hawks could not sustain the tackle, and Bland able to fall forward, and he picks up the first down. It'll be a 10-yard gain to the 20 and a fresh set of downs now for the Commodores. As we did,
hey, he didn't look like a freshman on that play. He had a...
No, not at all. We're inside a minute to go, first quarter. Valley with the lead, 8-7, but the Commodores are driving. Once again, they've got it at the Valley 20-yard line. Now they're going to change footballs here, so the clock stopped momentarily. Now we're ready to begin. Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. This time Bland up under center, hands off to right. Creek off the right side, minimal gain here as he pounds his way inside the 20, maybe down to the 18-yard line. Call it a 2-yard gain for Wright. It'll bring up now a 2nd down and 8. 20 seconds to go, 27 on the play clock, so the Commodores do not have to run a play before the end of the quarter. It looks like they are going to stay in the huddle.
Yeah, they're going to.
So we come to the end of the opening period here on senior night in the Valley. And they, after giving up a touchdown, the Hawks answer back with one of their own, the 2-point conversion, the difference. After 1 on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard, it is Springs Valley 8, Perry Central 7. Back with the second quarter in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football.
Hello, my name is Ross Key. I speak farming and represent Springs Valley Bank and Trust, a true community bank committed to agriculture. As an ag specialist, I am committed to working with our customers and supporting the economic strength of our agricultural community. I look forward to building new and lasting relationships with farmers, businesses, and the people in the communities in which we live and work. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
Hello, Valley football fans from Valley Marathon, where you can satisfy your gas tank and also satisfy your hunger with grilled chicken sandwich for just $2.89, or have a fresh grilled tenderloin for $3.59. We now offer big 44-ounce soft drinks for only 99 cents, and 2-liter Pepsi products just 99 cents at Valley Marathon.
October is the time for a Royal Reese Brownie Blizzard of the month at Dairy Queen of Springs Valley. And stop in for your noon or evening nourishment with a $5 DQ meal. 3-piece chicken strips or deluxe cheeseburger with fries, medium drink, and free sundae, just $5 at Dairy Queen in French Lick.
This is Springs Valley senior running back Wyatt Pergeiser, and you're listening to Blackhawks football on Q100.
Mike Hamilton along with Tracy Tucker. Glad to have you along for another edition of Blackhawks football. Valley up 1 as we start the second quarter, but Perry on the move once again. They've got a 2nd down and 8 at the Valley 18. I formation backfield as Bland drops back to throw. Fires over the middle. Pass batted up and intercepted. Picked off. It is Trenton McElfresh who picked it off, and he comes back the other way to the 35, out to the 40 before he is knocked out of bounds. There is a penalty flag, but it came after the interception. It looks like that's going to stand, although the Hawks will have to start deeper in their own territory. So I'm not sure who got a hand on it, but Clay James was the intended target. The ball came off of James up in the air, and Trenton was right there to grab it. And it looks like the interception will stand, but the Hawks will be called for either a block in the back or a hold, and that'll bring the ball back to the 16-yard line. But certainly, Tracy, the Hawks will take the trade.
Absolutely. Great coverage by Springs Valley. Quarterback put the ball where he needed to. We made a good play, made a hit as soon as he was trying to catch the ball. Trenton McElfresh did a great job being alert and was able to pick off the deflected pass and had a good return on it.
So the Hawks keep the Commodores from adding any points, and even though Valley will start deep in their own territory, we'll see if they can move like they did last time. That drive, 9 plays, 61 yards in 5 minutes and 24 seconds.
We'll take another one of those.
Out of the pistol formation, Whitaker takes the snap, looks to run, and he's not going to find a whole lot of running room this time as he tries the right side. He'll maybe get up to about the 18-yard line, maybe not even that far. In fact, they'll spot it at the 17, so only a yard gain there for Braden. And it'll bring up now a 2nd down and 9, and Hawks really finding the middle of that Perry Central defense tough going.
Yeah, they certainly are. Perry's defensive line's doing a great job, but like I said, we still need to keep testing them and keep pounding in there, and that'll open up stuff on the outside.
Whitaker takes the snap, hands off to Perkiser on the sweep, trying to get to the outside, and he's not going to go anywhere. In fact, he will lose big yardage here as in on the stop for Perry was Lane Hilgenhold, who came storming in from that linebacker position, and he nails Wyatt all the way back to the 10-yard line. That's a 7-yard loss, and now the Hawks suddenly are looking at a 3rd down and 16. So that play didn't work the way the Hawks wanted it to, and now they've got themselves in a hole here. And right now, Perry Central winning the field position game.
Yeah, right now you just want to try to get a little room here for your punter, if you can, and not allow them to take over the field position.
Here's Whitaker dropping back to throw on 3rd and long. He's going long for Zach Carnes, and he will overthrow him. Good arm again by Braden, but just too much behind that one, and no way Zach could come up with that one. It'll bring up 4th down, and despite the interception, Hawks unable to do anything with it, and they'll be forced to punt the football away. So again, the Commodores should have good field position. 10-17 to go, first half. Hawks holding on to a 1-point lead now, as Braden standing a yard deep in his end zone. Back deep for Perry.
Need to get down and
Josh
get good
Smith,
coverage here.
Clay James. Good snap back. Here they come, and Braden gets off a beauty. A spiraling boot fielded at the 46, and a fair catch made by Josh Smith.
Great punt. That's about best you can ask for there in that situation, Mike.
Right. 36-yard punt, no return, as Josh Smith didn't want a chance perhaps losing the football. So the Commodores will take over again in Valley territory at the 46-yard line with 10-11 remaining here in this first half on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. Hawks leading 8-7. Bland, the quarterback, up under center. And, busted play in the backfield. They're going to give the ball to Creek Wright. It looked like that Bland wanted to hand the football off there to Levi Simpson, but Simpson ran by him. The only other one in the backfield was Creek Wright, and he finally got the ball to him, and he was lucky just to get back to the line of scrimmage. We'll call it no gain, 2nd down and 10.
Looked a little unusual.
It did. Did it look like he was going to hand off to Simpson?
Sure did.
I thought so.
Nobody wanted the ball.
All right. Now, 3 wideouts all to the far side. Here is Bland out of the shotgun, takes the snap, drops to his left, pumps, fires it into the flat, and he easily overthrows his intended target that time.
And he took a lick.
Boy, he did. Kane Hone, the big 6'4" junior, the intended target. And I can see why they have Hone in there at 6'4", because Isaiah at 6'1" comes the closest. You've got Cole Cooper at 5'10", Zach Carnes at about 5'8". So I'd say Bland is trying to throw it up there and hope that Hone, with his height, can come down with it. But the incomplete pass there brings up a 3rd down and 10 now at the 46. This time Bland back up under center. Split backfield. Play action, back to throw Bland. He is going long, and the pass is incomplete.
Oh, Zach was going to pick that one off.
Yeah, good coverage. Boy, the Hawks secondary has been outstanding here tonight, and Zach was stride for stride that time with Ty Mullis, the intended target, and it looks like Zach might be a little shaken up here, Tracy.
Probably just got the wind knocked out of him. Coach Hammond was really bragging on his defensive backs in the pregame, and they are certainly playing well so far again tonight.
Zach had a terrific game defensively last week. He had 2 interceptions, one of those a pick-6. Now, he's been battling a flu bug this week, but it's going to take more than that to keep him off the field, I would say. And now with a 4th down and 10, I believe did somebody call timeout?
I think an injury. I think we're going to have to substitute.
All right, maybe I know Zach was taking his time getting off the field. So at any rate, it brings up a 4th and 10, so another 3 and out, and the Commodores aren't going to chance it. They send in Josh Smith, their punter, Isaiah Pantier, back deep around his 10-yard line. Good snap back. Here come the Hawks as Smith gets it off a wobbly kick that Pantier is going to let go, and it's going to go all the way down, and the Commodores are going to down it inside the 5-yard line. I can understand Isaiah not wanting to risk fumbling because it was good coverage by Perry, but the Hawks are going to start deep again, and right now the field position far favoring Perry. Even though Valley will get it back, 1st and 10, they will spot the ball, we'll call it the 5-yard line.
Yeah, the way that ball was rolling, you just didn't know if it was going to take one of those crazy bounces. So,
right.
You know, the good thing is we have the football and going to have to get it out of the hole a little bit.
Yeah, we need to pick up a couple first downs and try to get that field position back in our favor. So from the 5, Hawks send 2 wideouts, 1 to either side. Whitaker up under center, hands off to Wyatt, works his way off the right side, and again just isn't going to find a whole lot of running room. These Commodores really stacking that box right now and making life tough for Valley's running backs. And in fact, I don't even think, Zach may have gotten, we'll call it a yard to the 6. That's about it. It'll bring up now a 2nd down and 9. And
you know, Perry Central's a very disciplined football team. They always have been, and tonight certainly looks that way as well.
Right. 8.5 to go, first half. Valley holding on to a 1-point lead. Each team has a touchdown. Perry kicked the extra point. Valley went for 2, and after a penalty, successful. And the inside handoff to Colby Lowe, trying to get to the outside, breaks a tackle, gets it out over the 10, and gets it maybe up to about the 13-yard line before he is run out of bounds. In on the stop for Perry, Gavin Poole, a 5'9 junior. Almost a great tackle made back there. Ty Cronin from his tackle position nearly undercut Colby back at about the 5-yard line, but Colby able to kind of leap away, and he picks up 7 yards out to the 13. So the Hawks looking at a 3rd down and 2, and boy, this would be a huge first down here, Tracy, if Valley can pick this up.
Yeah, big play for the Hawks. Need to keep this drive alive and get the field position back, if nothing else.
Raheem, the lone setback. As Whitaker, inside handoff, goes to Colby. No, it's Wyatt looking for first down yardage, and with a second effort, he's going to get it. Boy, it looked like they had him dead to rights back behind the line of scrimmage, and somehow Wyatt was able to avoid a couple of tackles and squirt his way through out to the 18. Not a big pickup, 5 yards, but it is enough. And the Hawks pick up a much needed first down.
Looked like a little struggle on the handoff, and then they had him bottled up back there, and Kobe did a nice job keeping his legs driving and darted up for the first down. That's what you want to do on a 3rd and 2. Your running back needs to know where the first down marker is.
And off to Wyatt Perkiser, that counter play, and Wyatt works his way off the right side, maybe got a couple up to about the 20-yard line.
1 yard gain on the play.
Nope, they'll actually mark it back at the, well, we'll call it the 20. So maybe a yard and a half at most, but Hawks are going to need to start breaking off some 5 and 6 yarders here.
Mike, you're getting impatient. We're okay.
Yeah, okay.
You just need to keep the football.
I'll trust your judgment on that. How's that? 2nd and 8 now from the 20. Out of the pistol, Whitaker takes the snap, looks to throw. Fires it out on the flat. He's got his man. That's Ryan Tao at the 30. He'll have the first down. As Ryan just ran out about 7 or 8 yards, stopped, and Braden hit him right on the numbers. A gain of 12 out to the 32, and that is another first down, the second one on this drive, and Hawks now pretty much out of the shadow of their goal line here as they look to continue to move the football with 6:50 to go here in the opening half. 1 touchdown aside, the difference is in the extra points. 1 for Perry and 2 for Valley.
Nice to see Ryan Tao get involved in the offense. Braden threw a dart out there to him.
Back to throw, Whitaker on first down. Fires over the middle, and the pass is almost intercepted. I think the intended receiver was Jordan Curtis, and the pass underthrown. Lane Hilgenhold was out there, so was Clay James, and from that regard, Braden had to be lucky that one didn't get picked off.
Yeah. And Springs Valley likes that play. They like to hit Wyatt there across the middle, about 10 yards, and as soon as he catches it, he is such a huge threat to gain a bunch of yards after the catch.
2nd down and 10 now for the Hawks. Ball just shy of the 32-yard line. This drive for the Hawks started at their own 5. Perkiser, the lone setback, in motion, Raheem. Braden takes the snap, looks to run. Started outside, cuts it up, gets it out over the 30 and up to about the 33-yard line. Looks like is where they will mark the football. Clint Payne in on the stop. And now the Hawks looking at a 3rd down. They'll, let's call it 3rd down and 7. No, let's call it 3rd down and 8, just shy of the 34. Maybe closer to 7, but still 3rd and long here, as Valley completed 1 3rd down opportunity here on this drive. Let's see if they can do so here. Whitaker out of the pistol. Curtis resets, and a handoff to Wyatt. He is tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. Boy, the Hawks here, Tracy, are having all sorts of trouble with Clint Payne. He has been a big factor here defensively for this Commodore squad.
Yeah, he's playing pretty aggressive right now. They're going to have to find a way to get him blocked if they want to run the right side a little bit.
Right. So to bring up 4th down, Valley did manage to get a couple of first downs, so they helped their field position woes a little bit, but they'll still be forced to punt the football away. As Whitaker takes the snap and gets off another good one again, and Josh Smith again calling for a fair catch, and he will take it at the Commodore 33-yard line. 33-yard punt this time for Mr. Whitaker, and the Hawks send their defense back out again with 5:03 remaining here in this first half. The Commodores take over now from their own 33-yard line.
My math is right. Looks like we've gained about 25, 26 yards on that possession, Mike.
Right. That's what we needed. So let's see if the defense can dig in again. Bland will go up under center, I formation backfield. 1 wide out to the near side. Bland hands off to Creek, hitting the backfield, and he'll maybe fall forward for a yard or two. Good penetration that time by the Hawks. And again, Tracy, Colton Reynolds leading that charge. Boy, he is just...
Yeah, making it hard as running up the middle. Perry did break off that one run earlier. A little bit of struggle for them as well.
Just a yard gain for right there. 3rd and 9. The ball just shy of the 34. And now we may have a timeout here. It is. Commodores will take a timeout. Matt Cooper and the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ Incorporated are proud of our young leaders that excel between the lines and in the classroom. BRCJ salutes the parents, teachers, and coaches for their support of these activities because life is a team sport. Go Hawks from the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ in Paoli. Time out of the field, 4:26 to go. First half on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. Hawks hold on to an 8-7 lead over Perry. We're back with more Valley football in just a moment.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
This is Springs Valley senior defensive back Trenton McElfresh. Don't miss a second of the action of Blackhawks football by keeping it tuned in here to Q100.
Commodore spending a timeout. They are looking at a 2nd down and 9 now at their own 34. They'll send 3 wideouts, all to the near side. Bland on the option, pitches it off, and with the football is Payne. He's got a big hole off the right side, and he'll find some big yardage. Boy, Clint Payne definitely been a pain to this Hawk squad, as that'll be close to first down yardage up around the 43-yard line, and I think they may go ahead and bring the chains out here for a measurement. Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. And as always, we want to thank our good friends at Chicago's for providing the Q100 sports staff with another delicious Chicago's Pizza. 4:18 left here in the half, as looked like from here he got the first down, but they will make sure, and yep, he did. So that'll go as a 9-yard run for Mr. Payne. Is that his first carry of the night?
That's what I had, 1 carry, what I got him for.
Okay. Now he picks up the necessary yardage. Tracy Valley's going to get the ball to start the second half, and it would be nice here.
Yeah, we need to.
We can keep Perry from putting points on the board before halftime.
Yeah, Valley needs to dig in here and keep them on this side of the 50.
Right. So right now they've got Clint Payne in there at fullback along with Creek Wright on 1st and 10. Handoff. This is Levi Simpson carrying the football. This time Levi did not shy away from taking the handoff. He plows his way out over the 45 and up to about the 47. Pick up a 4. 2nd and 6 now for the Commodores, as we're down to 3:45 remaining here in the first half. The Commodores have 2 timeouts.
So far, I've only got them for 3 first downs this half.
Right.
Very balanced. 7 pass plays and about 10 rushing plays.
Clay James splits wide of the near side, I formation backfield. Bland up under center, takes the snap, hands off to Simpson again. Boy, he was running hard as he took the handoff, but fortunately for Valley, Nick Jones was right there to meet him and drop him after only picking up 2 yards to the 49 of Perry. So now it'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 for the Commodores. One thing that's nice about Perry running the football, it keeps the clock moving. Not likely Valley will get the ball back before halftime. But
been a pretty quick first half so far.
Yeah, it really has. Well, with a half-hour later start, we'll always take that. All right, 3 wideouts to the far side for the Commodores on 3rd down and 4. Payne the lone setback. Back to throw is Bland. Big rush. Fires it out on the flat, and again he cannot hit his intended target. That's Hone again at 6'4". You'd think that with a big target like that, he would be right on the money. He's thrown a couple of nice balls already tonight, but that's, I think, the 3rd time tonight now he's overthrown his tight end out there.
He was open. I think coaches tell him to throw it up and let him go catch it. He's just throwing it a little too high.
Right. So it's 4th down, and Commodores will send the punting unit out. This will be the 2nd punt. Smith had a 35-yarder. Good snap back and a short spiraling punt. Everybody, Valley, saying to get away from it, and the Commodores will down it at about the 24-yard line. So a 27-yard punt for Smith, no return. And Valley will have now 2 minutes and 23 seconds to try to do something with it. And Tracy, if you're Mark Hammond, do you take some shots here?
Just sitting there thinking, I'm not sure you can go either way on this. We've got some playmakers, so I definitely try to get the ball in my playmakers' hands and see if they can break one. I'm not sure I get too fancy on it.
I'm not sure Valley could, depending on what Perry does with their 2 timeouts, they could really prolong the half and maybe get the ball back. We'll see what Valley elects to do. 1st and 10 now at their own 24. Zach Tarns in motion to the near side. Whitaker takes the snap, looks to throw, fires it out of the flat. He's got his man. That's Jackson Land on the reception. Makes a couple of cuts, turns it upfield, out over the 40 and up to about the 34-yard line. That'll be close to the 1st down.
Nice catch and run. Nice throw. I'll tell you, Jackson Land, he's got some moves. He's going to be a solid player. Reminds me of his dad.
Actually marked the ball at the 25. I thought it was the 24, so that's a 9-yard gain on that pass play. 3rd completion of the night for Whitaker. Ball at the 34. Now Perkins in motion to the far side. Again, Whitaker to throw. Fires the screen pass. Caught. Ryan Tao. He's got the 1st down. It goes down up at about the 46-yard line.
So, hey, Braden looks really comfortable when he gets some protection back there in the pocket. He's throwing a nice football.
So that's the 2nd catch of the night for Ryan Tao. Now Braden 4 out of 6 in the passing department for 39 yards, and now the Commodores are going to spend a timeout here. They may have to change their defense around a little bit to play for the pass, as Braden has been able to slice them up here on the last couple of throws. So with 1:34 to go here in the half, 1st and 10 Valley at the 46 of the Hawks. Timeout on the field with the score. Hawks 8, Commodores 7 on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. Back with more after this 30-second timeout.
Hello, Valley football fans from Valley Marathon, where you can satisfy your gas tank and also satisfy your hunger with grilled chicken sandwich for just $2.89, or have a fresh grilled tenderloin for $3.59. We now offer big 44-ounce soft drinks for only 99 cents, and 2-liter Pepsi products just 99 cents at Valley Marathon.
Go Blackhawks and go to Springs Valley Supply on Highway 145 in French Lick. Stop by for top quality Valspar paints for interior and exterior protection. And see the line of Cabot stains for steps and decks at Springs Valley Supply, your steel dealer in French Lick.
This is Springs Valley senior wide receiver Ryan Tao. Keep it tuned to Q100 all season long for Blackhawks football.
Out of a Commodore timeout, Hawks 1st and 10 at their own 46. Again, Whitaker to throw, has some time, now flushed out of the pocket, being chased, rolls to his right, looks, fires it downfield, and the pass is tipped away at the last second. Nice job made out there by the safety Ty Mullis. Whitaker was going for Ryan Tao about 30 yards downfield, and Mullis was able to make a nice play to break that one up. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Down to 1:24. Don't forget, coming up at halftime, our agent Tracy Tucker at Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance halftime report. Stevie McNew will be along with our senior spotlight, and we'll tell you about our halftime guest here in just a moment. Out of the pistol, back to throw Whitaker on second down. Fires a screen pass, caught, and then it's dropped. Now a penalty flag comes in. Wyatt Perkiser was the intended receiver. He had it, and then the ball slipped free. But there is a penalty flag, and
I think the defender was there just a hair early.
Is it going to be pass interference? No, it is pass interference on the Commodores. So a big break for the Hawks here.
Yeah, I thought he was
nail on the head there, Tracy.
Yeah, I thought he was there just a hair early.
So this will give the Hawks an automatic first down, as this will move it into Perry territory to the 39-yard line. So let's see if the Hawks can take advantage. I think, do they have all three of their timeouts remaining? I know they have at least two.
I think we have all three.
All right, still plenty of time. Minute 20 to go before halftime. They're now at the 39 of the Commodores. In motion is Perkiser to the far side. Whitaker, hands off. Colby Lowe looking for running room. Cuts to the outside, and good open field tackle made out there by Lane Higginhold to keep Colby from turning the corner. And now the Hawks are going to spend a timeout. I don't think Colby even got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Higginhold did a nice job covering that run. Made a nice tackle on Colby.
All right, they will spot it just inside the 40, so we'll call it no gain on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 10 for Valley after the timeout from the Commodore 39. So Trenton McElfresh will be our guest on Senior Spotlight. And then I had a chance this week to talk with our new Springs Valley girls basketball coach, Marty Niehaus, taking over for Kelly Schmidt. And boy, I'll tell you what, Marty brings a proven track record, 372 wins in her 25 years at Forest Park.
That's amazing.
Yeah. In fact, she is 27th on the all-time Indiana girls basketball coaching list, and she is 10th among the active coaches.
Yeah, I think we're very fortunate to have, when Coach Schmidt decided to retire, we're very fortunate to have her step aboard, and I'm also glad Coach Bledsoe is staying on staff, too.
Absolutely. All right, 2nd and 10 now for Valley at the Perry 39. 1:11 to go here in the first half. Valley up 8-7. Perkiser in motion again to the far side. Out of the pistol, Whitaker drops back to throw. Look, he is going long for Jackson Land. He's got it! Touchdown, Springs Valley! In the far corner of the end zone, Jackson beat Clay James. The pass was underthrown just a tad bit, but Jackson was able to come back, but had the presence of mind to make sure he grabbed it and then just pranced a couple of yards into the end zone. And Braden Whitaker now one touchdown pass closer to setting the school record.
Yeah, Braden Jackson had him beat 3 or 4 yards. Braden underthrew him just a little bit, but it was still a great pass, and Jackson did a nice job of coming back for it. Great play.
Hawks will go for 2. Ball snapped back to Jordan Curtis, and Curtis in trouble goes down. There is a penalty flag down. We'll see what this is all about here, as they thought they put Jordan Curtis in, and it's going to be on the Hawks, and Perry will decline the penalty. So Hawks unsuccessful on the 2-point conversion, but they do have their second touchdown, a 39-yard bomb from Braden Whitaker to Jackson Land. And with 1:03 to go here in the first half on the Fast Eddie scoreboard, Valley now leads Perry 14-7. Back with more after this 30-second timeout.
Caring people make the difference at Springs Valley Meadows in French Lick.
You can feel it the minute you walk into Springs Valley Meadows. We're the experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. We're here to help you and your family find answers, solutions, and peace of mind. In fact, we become an extension of your family. For more information about Springs Valley Meadows, Highway 145, French Lick, visit ascseniorcare.com.
Or call Springs Valley Meadows at 936-9991.
This is Springs Valley senior fullback Raheem Bell. Thanks for listening to Blackhawk Football right here on Q100.
The kickoff by Braden Whitaker, fielded at the 12-yard line by Josh Smith, right up the middle. Finds some good running room out over the 30 and up to about the 35-yard line. So with 58 seconds remaining here in this first half of play, that's where the Commodores now will take over. But what an unbelievable pass by Braden Whitaker. I mean, talk about right on the money. That couldn't have been thrown any better, Tracy.
Yeah, Mike, you asked me before the drive what I would do, and I was going to say I would do exactly what they just did.
Okay.
Except I left a little bit less time on the clock.
All right.
I'll have to get on Coach Harris about that one.
There we go. All right, we'll see if the Commodores try to do something here. They've got one timeout and 58 seconds to go, 65 yards. Here is Bland to throw, fires. He's got his man over the middle. That is Ty Mullis, and he's able to get it out to about the 46, maybe the 47-yard line. That'll be enough for the first down. 11-yard pass play there.
Who caught that, Mike?
That was Ty Mullis. So Commodores right back up to the line of scrimmage. 3 wideouts. Back to throw is Bland. Fires it out on the flat, and this time he's got his man. That is Kane Hone, so he finally is able to haul one in, and he gets out of bounds at about the 36-yard line. So 2 completions here, and suddenly the Commodores entertaining some ideas of getting into the end zone. That's we'll call that just outside the 35, so back-to-back 11, or make that, should say, a 19-yard reception for Cameron Bland to Kane Hone. So now the Commodores have it at the Valley 35. Bland out of shotgun, drops back to throw. Big rush, he's in trouble. Gets away, fires over the middle, and the pass is incomplete. Boy, what a Houdini act Bland did that time, as both Ammon Acuff and Raheem Bell were bearing down, one from either side, and somehow Bland was able to elude both of them, got the pass off. It was incomplete, and it'll bring up now a 2nd down and 10.
Give credit to Perry Central's quarterback. He's just a freshman back there. Looks pretty smooth. And bright creature.
Yeah, shows a lot of composure back there. 2nd down and 10 now at the Valley 35. 29 seconds to go in the half. Bland takes the snap, drops back to throw. Big rush again. He's going long for James, and he comes down with it at the 10, breaks a tackle, and he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Clay James out-battled Cole Cooper for the football. It was hung up there, and somehow James was able to haul it in, broke a tackle from Isaiah Pantier, and gets into the end zone, and what Valley didn't want to have happens here as the Commodores score with just 20 seconds remaining before halftime. Man, oh man. So that'll go as a 35-yard pass from Bland to James. And now Josh Smith will come in and try to tie this football game up with the extra point. Ball is down, the kick is up, and the kick is good. Actually, that is Ethan Edwards who kicks the PATs. Josh Smith kicks off. So Edwards able to add the extra point, and once again, the Blackhawks shocked here in the closing seconds of this first half as the Commodores get the tying score. So with 20 seconds to go in the half, it is tied up. Valley 14, Perry Central 14 on the Fast-Dated scoreboard. Back with more when we return to the Hawks Nest right after this.
What's better than enjoying a fine meal at 33 Brick Street in French Lick? Savoring each mouth-watering bite on their outdoor patio and courtyard. Enhance your 33 Brick Street dining experience by taking in the open air during these warm months. Their patio and courtyard, featuring a fire pit, is perfect for special occasions or events, including wedding receptions, anniversaries, birthdays, and more. They can even design a special menu for your event. Make your reservations by calling 33 Brick Street at 936-3370. That's 936-3370. 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick. Good food, all in a legendary atmosphere.
after the Perry touchdown, a squib boot by Josh Smith, and he drilled it right at Nate Hamilton, and boy, that was a screamer, and Nate was able to hang on.
Fortunate to hang on to that.
Yeah. So Valley will have it now at their own 47 with 19 seconds remaining. Commodores needed just 4 plays to go 65 yards, and they needed just 43 seconds to score. So those 3 pass plays, 2 of them to Hone and the touchdown to Clay James. So we'll see what the Hawks do here. Back to throw is Whitaker. He pumps once, and he is going long for Jackson Lynn, and he's got it again! And he's in! Touchdown, Springs Valley! No penalty flag, and Jackson Lynn has done it again as he beats the corner on that side. Clay James for the second time, as again Braden Whitaker able to lay the ball perfectly into the numbers, and Jackson with great composure hauls it in, and the Hawks have scored with 10 seconds remaining before halftime. Well, unbelievable.
The playmakers we got, we're never quite done until the clock runs out.
So the Hail Marys work here. Not really Hail Marys, but now Valley will go for 2. Hand off to Wyatt Perkicher. Looking for running room. Started outside, cuts it back up, and gets into the end zone. And the Hawks have the 2-point conversion. What a turn of events. Now it's Perry's turn to show a little bit of shock as back-to-back touchdown passes from Braden Whitaker to Jackson Land, and the Hawks regain the lead with 10 seconds to go before halftime on the Fast Eddie scoreboard at 22-14. We'll step aside for a quick break and be back with more right after this.
You've got a great watchdog. He barks every time someone comes to the door, devoted to your protection. But he can't lock your doors, turn on your lights, or set the temperature of your house. However, those things are part of what a Honeywell Lyric home automation system from Smithville Security can provide. Keep your dog and all other things you love safe. Visit smithvillesecurity.com today to discover how affordable peace of mind can be. Simple, smart, safe, Smithville.
This is Springs Valley senior quarterback Braden Whitaker. Your power station for Blackhawk Sports is Q100 WFLQ.
Back to action here as Valley kicking off. Whitaker booting that one out of bounds, so that will bring the ball up to the 35. Still 10 seconds left in the half here, Tracy. You don't suppose Perry's going to try a little razzle-dazzle themselves here?
You know, I was just going to comment. I'm not going to mention anything about the time left on the clock after. I would say they're telling our defensive backs to stay back.
Right. Valley's got to be in a prevent here, but we'll see. The Commodores may decide to take a knee. Nope. They'll give the ball to Clay James on the sweep, trying to turn the corner. He gets out over the 40 and up to about the 43, and that is how this first half will end. What a strange turn of events here. It was a defensive struggle for much of this one, but 3 touchdowns in the span of 63 seconds, and the Hawks will go to the lead, or go to the dressing room here at halftime with the lead. Matt Cooper and the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ Incorporated are proud of our young leaders that excel between the lines and in the classroom. BRCJ salutes the parents, teachers, and coaches for their support of these activities, because life is a team sport. Go Hawks from the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ in Paoli. At halftime on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard on senior night here in the Valley, it is the Blackhawks 22 and the Commodores 14. You're listening to Springs Valley High School football.
Hello, my name is Ross Key. I speak farming and represent Springs Valley Bank and Trust, a true community bank committed to agriculture. As an ag specialist, I am committed to working with our customers and supporting the economic strength of our agricultural community. I look forward to building new and lasting relationships with farmers, businesses, and the people in the communities in which we live and work. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
A message from Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
Go Blackhawks and go to Springs Valley Supply on Highway 145 in French Lick. Stop by for top quality Valspar paints for interior and exterior protection. And see the line of Cabot stains for steps and decks at Springs Valley Supply, your steel dealer in French Lick.
October is the time for a Royal Reese Brownie Blizzard of the month at Dairy Queen of Springs Valley. And stop in for your noon or evening nourishment with a $5 DQ meal. 3-piece chicken strips or deluxe cheeseburger with fries, medium drink, and free sundae. Just $5 at Dairy Queen in French Lick.
And before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Springs Valley High School Football.
Your home of IU and high school sports in the Valley. WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Well, the fans being treated to a real humdinger here tonight. Basically starting out as a defensive struggle, but the Hawks able to electrify the crowd. 2 big, long touchdown passes by Braden Whitaker, and the Hawks have an 8-point lead. Perry got it started, though, with a Creek right 47-yard run on their second possession of the contest. Ethan Edwards booted the extra point, and the Commodores had a 7-0 lead. By the way, just a moment, you'll hear the sounds of the Springs Valley Blackhawk Brigade. So as we recap the scoring, a bit of the show from the defending ISMA Class D champions. Hawks answered right back, though, with a wonderful drive of their own. 9 plays, 61 yards in 5 minutes and 24 seconds. Colby Lowe capping it off with a 5-yard run out of the 3:10 mark. Whitaker, after a holding call against Perry, gave Valley a second chance. He was able to run it in for the 2-point conversion, and the Hawks had an 8-7 lead. Valley would not score again until the 1:03 mark of the first half, when on the 5th play of a 75-yard drive at 1:20, Whitaker was able to go up top to Jackson Land, who hauled in a 39-yard touchdown pass. The run for the 2-point conversion was no good. Valley was up 14-7 at that point. But the Commodores wasted no time in coming right back, needing just 4 plays to go 65 yards in 43 seconds as the freshman quarterback Cameron Bland hit Clay James for a 35-yard touchdown pass with just 20 seconds to go in the half. Edwards added the extra point to tie it up for the moment at 14-all, but on a squib boot, which was recovered by Nate Hamilton at Valley's 47-yard line on the very next play, Whitaker went up top again, finding Jackson Land, who again beat his defender for yet another touchdown pass, and Perkiser ran it into the for the 2-point conversion 10 seconds ahead of halftime, and that's where we stand right now with the Hawks leading on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. Coming up next, it's the agent Tracy Tucker at Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance halftime report. Stay with us. This is Springs Valley High School football.
The Springs Valley Halftime Report is presented by Agent Tracy Tucker at Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. For proper insurance coverage, stop knocking on wood. Call Tracy for your free review at 723-2704.
Being a lifelong resident of Orange County, Agent Tracy Tucker at Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance has taken pride in helping our hardworking people protect their earnings with their many financial plans, while at the same time saving them money by insuring what they value most: life, home, and auto. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance has insured Hoosiers for more than 70 years. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're part of your life. Call Agent Tracy Tucker in Paoli at 723-2704 for more information on Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance. We're at halftime of tonight's Springs Valley Perry Central football game, and my guest this evening probably needs no introduction, but she's going to get one anyway. Her 372 wins rank her 27th all-time among Indiana girls basketball coaches, and she currently ranks 10th on the active list among those coaches. She wins nearly 2 out of every 3 games that she coaches, and Marty Niehaus, certainly the Valley community has to be very pleased to have you take over this Lady Blackhawk program.
Well, thanks, Mike. I'm glad to be here, and it's been a good experience for me getting started here. Everybody's been very helpful, very friendly, and tried hard, I think, to make me feel a part of the community here. So, looking forward to getting started here pretty soon.
I guess the obvious question, after 25 years at Forest Park, you stepped down last year. Why did you decide to pick up the clipboard and whistle again?
Well, I never really wanted to quit coaching, but I was just getting worn out with a full day of teaching, and then the late nights that go with the coaching, and then turning around and getting back up the next morning and teaching again. So I decided it was probably time for me to get out of the coaching. I didn't feel like I had the energy and the enthusiasm that I needed to give it. So I stepped down and just taught last year at Forest Park, and found myself really, really missing the coaching. And but knowing that it would be hard for me to, I knew I couldn't go back to teaching all day and coaching all day again, or coaching. So when this opportunity came up, I thought this would be perfect for me. So I was just very happy that it worked out.
The lady you take over, Kelly Schmidt, you two, I know, go back a long way. I know you had to coach against her. That probably wasn't fun when she was at Northeast Du Bois. But just talk a little bit about the transition and whether or not Kelly maybe had anything to do with helping you move in here.
Oh, well, you're right. Kelly and I go back a long way. I mean, I remember when she played at Du Bois, and we had some great games and some great rivalries, and she was a member of a good team and obviously a real good player. But, Kelly kind of went out of her way to try to help me out here as far as getting on board, and then, anything where I have a problem, a question, she's been very, very helpful. So, I think it's been a pretty smooth transition from Coach Schmidt to myself, and I know she's got my back.
Marty, Kelly, fortunately, I guess, didn't leave the cupboard too bare. A significant number of players coming back. There may be a player or two that decides not to play. We're not going to speculate certainly on that, but just talk a little bit about this group that you're going to be inheriting. Well,
you're right, Mike. I mean, we got a nice mix of kids coming back. A lot of potential there. We got several seniors, 3 or 4 seniors for sure, that have had decent playing time in the past. The sophomore group is pretty solid, along with the juniors. And again, we've got some. I won't even name names because we got some kids that are hurt, and we're not sure what's going to happen here or there. But what I got to work with the kids for just a couple of weeks in the summer, the best thing that I saw was the work ethic is good, and attitude is good. And if you got those two things, you can really work with it.
I guess the next question fans will want to know, Kelly, for the most part, when she had the personnel, used a kind of up-tempo, transitional style of offense. What can we expect maybe from your team?
Well, all my time at Forest Park, we always really like to try to get it down the floor and try to attack before other teams got set up. I think through the years, my teams were probably known more for their defense than their offense. So, if we could get a quick bucket, we were certainly looking to do that. So, I think we got the personnel to do that. So that has certainly continued to be a part of what the Lady Hawks are about.
All right. And then to just as far as the schedule, Valley's never had an easy schedule, and certainly they're only a couple of years removed from that outstanding season that they had from a couple of years ago. So you've got to feel that this girls program is continuing to be on the rise.
Yeah, I think so. As you said, there are several teams on the schedule that I'm not real familiar with, so I'm going to have to get acclimated to those teams and kind of know what they're about. But looking at the schedule, it's like it doesn't look like there's too many easy ones on there, and every night's probably going to put us to the test. But hopefully, the kids will rise to the challenge.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to it. We're just maybe a little over a month away from starting the season. It's getting here fast. I know you're rooting for the volleyball team to go as far as they can, but you'll get a few of those kids as well. But Marty, again, congratulations on taking over the job here. I know the Valley community is going to embrace you, and we just wish you the very best during your tenure.
All right. Thanks a lot, Mike.
And that is Marty Niehaus, the new Springs Valley girls basketball coach. They start their season on November the 7th when they take on the Shoals Lady Jugrocks. We're at halftime of tonight's Springs Valley Parish Central game. We'll have more of our agent Tracy Tucker at Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance halftime report right after this. Being a lifelong resident of Orange County, Agent Tracy Tucker at Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance has taken pride in helping our hardworking people protect their earnings with their many financial plans, while at the same time saving them money by insuring what they value most: life, home, and auto. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance has insured Hoosiers for more than 70 years. Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance, we're part of your life. Call Agent Tracy Tucker in Paoli at 723-2704 for more information on Indiana Farm Bureau Insurance.
This is Springs Valley senior defensive back Trenton McElfresh. Don't miss a second of the action of Blackhawks football by keeping it tuned in here to Q100.
Our Springs Valley halftime report continues now with Senior Spotlight, where we talk with a senior member of the Blackhawks football team and get to know him just a little better. Tonight I'm chatting with outside linebacker Trenton McElfresh, son of Melissa McTeer, for the Hawks. How do you balance playing sports with your academics?
I usually do like study sessions after practice with like Zach or somebody else on the team, so that kind of helps me. So we have the same schedule.
What is your favorite part about playing football?
Probably the physicality, getting to hit people every night.
What's been your biggest thrill so far about playing football at Springs Valley?
Probably last year in the overtime game against Perry Central. That was my favorite.
Have you made plans yet on what you'll do after graduation?
As of right now, I plan on going to Indiana State and studying criminology, be a state cop.
Tell us a little bit about your family.
Well, I have my mom and my stepdad, my brothers and sisters. They don't usually miss very many games, and my grandma and one of her friends.
Tell us your favorite food.
My favorite food would be a bacon cheeseburger.
Sports team.
Louisville Cardinals.
Video game.
2K.
Class.
Government.
Teacher.
Kearns.
Restaurant.
Texas Roadhouse.
Hobby.
Basketball.
Car.
Camaro.
And finally, Trenton, who has had the biggest influence on you?
Probably my grandma or my mom, one of the two. They're both pretty big influences.
Thanks, Trenton McElfresh. Good luck the rest of the year.
Thank you.
And this has been Senior Spotlight, heard at halftime of all Blackhawk football games during the 2017 season. Mike is along next to go over the first half stats as our Springs Valley halftime report continues. Reporting for Q100 Sports, this is Stevie McNew.
What's better than enjoying a fine meal at 33 Brick Street in French Lick? Savoring each mouth-watering bite on their outdoor patio and courtyard. Enhance your 33 Brick Street dining experience by taking in the open air during these warm months. Their patio and courtyard, featuring a fire pit, is perfect for special occasions or events, including wedding receptions, anniversaries, birthdays, and more. They can even design a special menu for your event. Make your reservations by calling 33 Brick Street at 936-3370. That's 936-3370. 33 Brick Street in downtown downtown French Lick. Good food, all in a legendary atmosphere.
Halftime here at the Hawks Nest in French Lick on senior night, the final conference game of the year as well for the Hawks, and a flurry of scoring in the final 63 seconds. Two of those, however, by Valley, giving them an 8-point lead here at halftime. Numbers pretty even in terms of statistics as well. Valley with 204 yards gained, 73 on the ground, 131 through the air. Leading the way right now, Wyatt Perkiser, 7 carries for 34 yards. Braden Whitaker's carried 3 for 22. 6 of 9 passing for Braden Whitaker, and the 2 touchdowns. And in talking with assistant coach Jeremy Reynolds, Tracy, by the way, those 2 touchdown passes that Braden has thrown means he has now tied the school record for most touchdown passes in a career. So one more to break that record. His favorite target has been Jackson Land, who's caught 3 balls for 101 yards, 2 of those touchdowns. Ryan Tao has caught 2 for 24, and Wyatt caught 1 for a total of 6. Valley had 7 first downs, 3 on the ground, 2 through the air, 2 by penalty, 3 of 6 on third downs. They were 0 for 1 on fourth downs, and for once they actually had the ball longer than their opponent, as they had it for 14:51, nearly 15 of the 24 minutes in that first half. Perry Central, 177 total yards, split pretty evenly, 85 on the ground, 92 through the air. Hawks do have an interception. That was Trenton McElfresh that picked one off. 5 first downs for the Commodores, 2 on the ground, 3 through the air, none by penalty. Perry did not convert a third down. They were 0 for 4, and on fourth downs, they were 1 for 1. Perry had 3 punts, averaging about 34 yards per boot, and also averaging about 34.5 was Braden Whitaker on his 2. Not many penalties. Both teams flagged twice for a total of 20 yards. Hawks will get the ball to start the third quarter. They lead on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard over Perry Central, 22-14. We'll return in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football.
Hello, Valley football fans from Valley Marathon, where you can satisfy your gas tank and also satisfy your hunger with grilled chicken sandwich for just $2.89, or have a fresh grilled tenderloin for $3.59. We now offer big 44-ounce soft drinks for only 99 cents, and 2-liter Pepsi products just 99 cents at Valley Marathon.
When it comes to shopping local, most of us think of small, friendly mom-and-pop shops with their quality products and commitment to their community. You may not think of Smithville as a local company, but it is. An Indiana company built by Hoosiers for Hoosiers. Nationally recognized for outstanding fiber internet, TV, voice, and security, as well as incredible customer service provided by your fellow Hoosiers. Go local. Visit switchtosmithville.com for the fastest internet and more. You'll be in good hands.
Ready to begin the third quarter. Hawks will get the ball. They'll move right to left here in this third quarter. They're in black. Perry Central is in white. Josh Smith getting set to kick off. Zach Carnes, Isaiah Pantier are back deep for Valley. And it's a low end-over-end boot picked up by Drake Terry at the 29, looking for running room to the 30, 35, out across the 40. And he'll go down there around the 41-yard line. So, again, those squib boots helping Valley to get some pretty good field position, and they'll start now from their own 41-yard line. Big play to end the half there, Tracy. Hopefully the Hawks have some momentum and can use that to their advantage here as we start this second half.
Yeah, I like to see Valley come out and establish their offense again early and pick up some first downs and drive the football here and at least get field position and take control of the second half early.
Out of the pistol, Whitaker hands off. Wyatt Perkiser looking for running room. Manages to put a hand on the ground to balance himself, and it allows him to pick up a couple of extra yards out of the 45 and up to the 46-yard line. Garrett James, the sophomore from his defensive end position, in on the stop, but a gain of 5 for Mr. Perkiser.
Glad to see us not abandon that, run that ball up the middle. Hopefully we see those 2-yard gains in the first half go to 5 or 6 yards.
Absolutely. 2nd down and 5. In motion is Zach Carnes. He gets the call, or is this Colby? I think it's Colby Lowe carrying this time. And again, not finding much running room. In fact, he'll lose. Well, he got back to the line of scrimmage. So again, that play not developing too well. No gain for Colby there. And now Valley looking at a 3rd down and 5 here from their own 46. Another perfect night for football. Game time temperature in the lower 70s. We're probably maybe in the upper 60s now. No wind to speak of. And Whitaker out of the pistol. Raheem in the backfield. Hand off to Perkiser on the counter. Breaks a tackle. Slips. Still on his feet. Manages to crawl forward. And it may be just enough for him to get the first down. He managed to keep his knee from touching that time. He had the ball in one hand and with the other just started crawling like a Marine might on an obstacle course or something, and it was enough to pick up the necessary yardage for the first down. What a run there by Wyatt. So a 6-yard gain there, and it is enough to give Valley a fresh set of downs. They're into Perry territory at the 48. In motion, Colby Lowe. Handoff this time goes to Perkiser, and again, trying the middle of that line, and the Hawks not able to open up
Not sure
the hole.
Yeah, I'm not sure what we got there. I think our running back slipped on that one before he got the ball.
That could have been.
Wyatt looks a little gimpy coming up now.
Loss of a yard there, back to the 49. So coming out here so far, Mark Hammond has been conservative, and it's run.
I like that.
You see what he does on 2nd down and 11. He looks to throw, fires out on the flat. Oh, Jackson Land had it in his hands, started to turn upfield, and then he bobbled it, and it'll go incomplete.
Turned upfield just a little too quick.
Yes, he did.
I think we can throw that hitch just about any time.
So it'll bring up 3rd down and 11. His favorite target on that route has been Ryan Tao. He's caught a couple. But that time, Jackson, perfectly thrown, just simply took his eye off of it, and it was enough for him to not be able to hang on. So 3rd and 11 at the 49 of Perry. Again, Whitaker out of the pistol, in motion Perkiser. Whitaker back to throw, flushed out of the pocket. Rolling to his right, looks, fires downfield, and he's got Wyatt Perkiser! Somehow Wyatt was able to escape the grasp of Lane Higginhold and come back to the ball and make the reception and get a first down in the process.
Yeah, Perry Central had good coverage there, and Braden was able to buy enough time for Wyatt to slip open and hit him at the right time.
13-yard gain on the play, and that's good enough for another Valley first down. 2nd catch of the night now for Wyatt. Hawks in business now, 1st and 10 at the Perry 36-yard line. 9:20 to go, 3rd quarter. Valley up 22-14. In motion, Perkiser. Back to throw is Whitaker. Has some time. Fires it down to the flat. He's got Perkiser. Wyatt turns it upfield, 30, 25, and is pushed out of bounds at about the 22-yard line. And there again, the yardage after the catch, and Wyatt able to pick up some good yardage once again as the Hawks going to the air here and finding it to their liking. That's a 14-yard gain down to the 22, and yet another Blackhawk first down.
Braden did a good job of selling that play off. He was looking left, and then hit his Wyatt there out there in the flats on the right side. Came up with a nice gain.
Hawks would love nothing more here than to get points out of this drive, and
exactly what we needed coming out in the second half,
Mike. And I think the Hawks, well, they're going to have to take a timeout, because if not, they were going to get a 5-yard penalty, Tracy, because they broke the huddle with 12. So the officials were just waiting to see. So Valley has to burn a timeout here. They still are moving the football. When play resumes, they'll have a 1st and 10 at the Perry 22. 8:44 to go, 3rd quarter. Valley on top of the Fast Eddie scoreboard over Perry 22-14. Back with more Blackhawks football in just a moment.
Hello, my name is Ross Key. I speak farming and represent Springs Valley Bank and Trust, a true community bank committed to agriculture. As an ag specialist, I am committed to working with our customers and supporting the economic strength of our agricultural community. I look forward to building new and lasting relationships with farmers, businesses, and the people in the communities in which we live and work. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
$8:44 to go, third quarter on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. The Hawks own a 22-14 lead. Valley is taking the opening kickoff here in the second half. They started at their own 41. They currently have it 1st and 10 at the Perry 22-yard line. A couple of nice receptions by Wyatt Perkiser, helping the Hawks get close to the red zone here.
Yeah, so far this is a great drive. We've been mixing the run and pass and moving the ball down the field.
This time the handoff to Colby Lowe on the sweep, trying to get to the outside, and again just cannot turn the corner, as this time it was Josh Smith able to string it out. Raheem was out there trying to get the block, but Smith just too quick, and he was able to shed that block, and they nail Colby all the way back to the 26, so it'll be a 4-yard loss, and now Hawks looking at a 2nd and 14.
Yeah, the way the defender was out there, Raheem could have just kept taking him out, and Colby may have had a chance to cut me in behind him, but he elected to try to outrun him.
Land alone, Wyatt out to the near side, out of the wing tee, handoff to Wyatt on the counter. Started outside, cuts it up inside the 25 and down to about the 22, so he'll get most of the yardage lost by Colby, but still the Hawks will be looking at a 3rd down and long here. They'll spot it at the 22, so Wyatt gets the 4 yards back, and now Valley with a 3rd down and 10 at the Commodore 22.
Good thing here we're definitely in 4-down territory.
Right. So you don't necessarily be nice to get the 1st down on 3rd, but you know you have 2 downs to play with here. Down to 10 on the play clock as the Hawks break the huddle.
Had to sub there. There's a little bit of confusion.
Right. Well, Whitaker gets his team set, snaps the ball, and now we've got flags here, and what do we have? A procedure call here on Valley. Well, that looked like it was kind of doomed. Valley didn't break the huddle till there was only 10 seconds left, and I think they were going to put somebody in motion, and you always have to be set for at least 1 second before that occurs, and that was not going to happen. So the Hawks, with their 3rd penalty of the night, for 25 yards, but it moves it back to the 27, so now instead of 3rd and 10, Valley looking at a 3rd down and 15. And again, Raheem breaks the huddle. He went to the sideline, now he comes back in, so a lot of confusion here for the Hawks. In motion is Colby Lowe, and now we've got movement, and I think the Hawks may get the 5 yards back that they lost on that procedure. They did.
I think our confusion confused them.
I guess. Wow. So that's the second offside call. So that'll put it back to the 22 now.
Been a pretty smooth game up until this point.
Yeah. So now it's back to a 3rd and 10 now for the Hawks at the Perry 22. 6.5 minutes, so the Hawks have hung on to the football for the first 5.5 minutes of this 3rd quarter. All right, in motion is Lowe to the far side. 2 wideouts, 1 to either side. Whitaker drops back to throw. Lobs it up for Jackson Land. Can he get it? He catches it, but he was out of bounds. Good call by the official, as Jackson, again, great concentration, able to come down with it, but the pass just a little too long, and Jackson could not keep 1 foot in bounds.
Yeah, they shot a guy off the corner that we weren't able to block, and Braden threw a really nice pass up there. Had to hurry it just a little bit.
So it's 4th down and 10 now at the 22, and the Hawks obviously will go for it here. They'll send Tao wide to the far side. Jackson Land, the wide out to the near. 2 wings. Low in motion to the far side. Whitaker takes the snap. He's going to try it again with Jackson, and the pass is incomplete, but there's a penalty flag down, and we'll see if this might be pass interference. there was some jockeying there, and I wouldn't be surprised really if they called this offensive pass interference. But nope, it's going to go against the Commodores. Big break here for Valley.
It's like they were both kind of jabbing each other a little bit, but usually the break goes to the offensive guy.
Right, but I've seen offensive pass interference called in situations like that. So the ball moved up half the distance to the goal. So it'll be 1st and 10 now for Valley at the 11-yard line. The ball is not quite to the 10, so Valley can conceivably get a first down without scoring. They don't want to wait that long. They want to get one in quickly here. All right, from the 11. In motion is Carnes. Zach gets the handoff, and he is snowed under. Didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Nowhere to go there.
Absolutely not. As Commodores seem to have a man planted in the huddle whenever those little counter plays are run. They are right there to smell those out. Loss back to the 13, so a 2-yard loss there for Zach. And it'll bring up now a 2nd down and 12. So right now, Commodores have really concentrated on that run, but Valley's had all sorts of success with their passing game. Let's see if they go back to the air here. In motion, Carnes to the near side. Out of the pistol, Whitaker to throw. Looks, has some time. Now flushed out of the pocket. Gets it off, and the pass is incomplete. There is a penalty flag. A late flag comes down. Colby was open on the near flat here. Had he caught it, he could have run for some yardage, but we're going to get a holding call anyway here on the Hawks. So that will nullify anything anyway and really put Valley in a hole now. So see where they mark the football. And again, come on, guys. You got to know they're going to mark it from the spot of the foul. And again, it was a pass. Would you say that across the line of scrimmage? It may not have. If that's the case, then it's marked from the spot of the foul. So
it was close.
All the way back to the 31-yard line. So that amounts to an 18-yard penalty. So it'll bring up now 2nd and prospect.
I think we kind of like it back a little bit. It gives us a little more room back here to operate.
Right. In motion, Perkiser. Play action. Back to throw, Whitaker. Looks. Flushed out of the pocket again. Now running for his life. He takes off. He's to the 30. He's to the 25. And he has run out of bounds at around the 20, looks like maybe the 22-yard line is where he was pushed out. So not a bad run there by Braden.
Braden showed some of his wheels going around that corner.
Yeah. He gets 9 yards there, so it'll go from 2nd and 30 to 3rd now and 21. At the 22. Wonder if Valley might perhaps elect to go for a field goal if they get close enough. Zach Carnes has kicked a couple extra points. Braden, the normal kicker. Plenty of time on the play clock. Down to 10. 3rd down and long. Back to throw Whitaker. And a hitch and go into the end zone. Touchdown, Springs Valley. Jackson Land does it again. I watched that route, Tracy, perfectly as Jackson ran downfield 10 yards, hitched to the right, stopped, and then took off toward the end zone. And a timing pass perfectly thrown by Braden. And with that, Braden Whitaker has now become Springs Valley's all-time leading touchdown thrower.
I'll tell you, Jackson ran an unbelievable route there. You could not teach that any better than what he ran it, and then Braden put the ball, of course, right on the money to him. Give credit to our offensive line, too, giving Braden time to throw that ball. I told you, Mike, we operate a little better back here around the 25, 30-yard line.
I'd say so. So the Hawks up 28-14. They'll go for 2. In motion, Raheem. Play action, back to throw Whitaker. Looks into the end zone, fires it, and the pass is incomplete. Ooh, that Jackson again, he almost had that. As Whitaker had to thread the needle that time between 2 Perry Central defenders, and Jackson was almost able to come up with it. Still, the Hawks now have a 2-score lead as they used more than half the period to drive it downfield and get the touchdown. And with 5:11 to go, third quarter, on the Fast Eddie board, they lead Perry now 28-14. Back with more Blackhawks football in just a moment.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
And for the second time tonight, Braden Whitaker on the kickoff boots it out of bounds, and the Commodores will get the ball now at their own 35, but now they find themselves down 14, their biggest deficit of the night, after Braden Whitaker becomes Valley's all-time career leader in touchdown passes.
I'll tell you, congratulations to Braden.
He just became, a couple of weeks ago in the Crawford game, Valley's all-time leader in passing yards, so you figured that this mark was pretty inevitable.
Yeah, I mentioned right then, it was going to come, it was going to happen. Just need to let it come to him.
On first down at 10, Bland hands off, and this is Simpson, the ball carrier. Levi Simpson able to pull his way out to about the 40-yard line. Cole Cooper, Ammon Acup in on the stop. Isaiah Pantier helping out as well. It'll be a gain of 5 on the play to set up now a second down and 5 for Perry. Gorgeous drive again for the Hawks, Tracy. 13 plays, 59 yards, 6 minutes and 49 seconds to the clock.
Yeah, we've had a couple of those tonight. That was exactly what we needed coming out of the first half.
You're right. Giving that defense a little bit of rest. I formation backfield on second down. Handoff Creek right. Burst through the hole on the left side. And before the Hawks can pull him to the ground, he's out over the 45 and up to the 47. That'll be good enough for a Perry Central first down. Give him a 7-yard pickup on the play.
Our defense can step up here, and we don't want to give up a quick score.
Right. You know, I've been looking for Justin Shipman tonight, Tracy, and I see him out there at that middle linebacker position. So he's coming off that injury. It's good that he's back as soon as he is. On first and 10, it's right again off the left side, looking for running room. Plows his way up to midfield, crosses midfield as a late flag comes in, and we're going to get a face mask called here on Valley. So that'll tack on some additional yardage here. Hawks have been called for a number of face masks. This one is just of the 5-yard variety, I think. So it will move the ball up to the 44-yard line. So credit Wright with a 5-yard gain, and then the 5-yard, actually credit him with a 4-yard gain, and then a 5-yard face mask call. Puts it first and 1 now at the 44-yard line. And this is Simpson off the left side. He's got the first down and more as he powers his way down inside the 40 and down to about the 36. You can just about be assured of one thing. These Commodores aren't going to give up the ship, so to speak.
No, they're not going to quit. They're not going to lay down. Looks like they're going to try to establish the run for sure coming out of their first possession of the second half. Valley needs to dig in here.
Ball at the 35 after that 9-yard gain. First and 10 now for the Commodores. I formation backfield. Handoff Simpson straight ahead running. He's got a big hole. Powers his way down inside the 30 and down to the 27. So even though this Valley defense relatively fresh, this is their first time on the field here in the second half, the Commodores just opening up big holes. That's an 8-yard gain there for Simpson. So a second down and 2 now.
Yeah, we'd only given up 85 rushing yards the first half, and one of those was a 47-yard gain. So,
again, out of that I formation backfield, Bland up under center, hands off to Simpson. He's got the first down as he's still on his feet. Hawks having trouble bringing him down. They finally do, but not before he gets it to the 21-yard line. Another nice gain, 6 yards on the play, so they're starting to utilize Levi Simpson a little bit more. He's got first down yardage, and they'll actually give him an extra yard. They'll spot it at closer to the 20, so we'll call it right at the 20. And another fresh set of downs here for the Commodores. They look to answer Valley's score here earlier in the quarter. And off Simpson, this time off the right side. Not much running room there. Adam George able to sneak in there and make the stop. Just a pickup of maybe a yard of the 19-yard line. That's it. Second down and 9.
At some point here, you got to be ready for the play-action pass. Our defensive backs need to stay awake.
By the way, congratulations to our Springs Valley volleyballers for the third straight year outright Patoka Lake Athletic Conference champions. They've won 18 straight conference matches. What a feat. Here on second down, handoff to Creek Wright. He's got a big hole off the right side, bowls over a Valley defender. That was Isaiah Panthier. Isaiah stayed with him, but not before Wright was able to burst through and carry it all the way down to the 10-yard line. 9-yard gain on the play, and it is first and goal for the Commodores. Minute 40 to go here in the third quarter. Valley up 28-14, but Commodores trying to make it a one-score game once again.
Well, we said Valley did what they needed to do the opening drive, and Perry's doing what they needed to do. So
out of the eye, handoff to Simpson, hit in the backfield, but manages to stay on his feet and pick up a couple 3 yards. And now a late flag comes in as
number 84, there's a flag on the play.
Let's see what we've got here. We got a personal foul against Perry Central, and they're going to get the center, Cole Harpenow, their big 280-pound senior. I think he shoved a Valley player there after the play was over. So that is going to really hurt Perry here. This is going to be a major walk-off as they will put the ball all the way back to the 27-yard or the 22-yard line.
That was a huge penalty.
And are they going to call it second down? They are. So it was after the play. So give Simpson a 3-yard gain to the 7, and then the penalty backs it up now to the 22, where it'll be second down and goal. High formation, Bland dropping back to throw. Stops, fires it in the end zone. He's got a man wide open. That is Clay James. He's got it as he wrestled it away from Cole Cooper, and a touchdown for the Commodores. And they are back to within 8 now with exactly a minute to go here in the third quarter. So now we'll see if Perry wants to kick the extra point or go for 2. They're down 8. Looks like they'll bring in Ethan Edwards to attempt the extra point. 22-yard pass play from Cameron Bland to Clay James, and Edwards on for the extra point, and he's able to split the uprights, and we've got ourselves a 7-point game again. A minute to go, third quarter on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. It's now Valley 28, Perry 21. Back with more Blackhawks football when we return.
A message from Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
This is Springs Valley senior defensive lineman Bert Reyes here. Every pass, handoff, and tackle of Blackhawks football in the sports voice of the Valley Q100.
back again at the Hawks football field where Hawks see their lead shrink from 14 to 7. Another squib boot picked up at the 34-yard line. That is Drake Terry trying to get to the outside, looking for running room. Turns the corner, 40, 45, and he is pulled out of bounds at about the 48-yard line. So Drake Terry not happy to just fall on the football, and he is a nice little return, and he'll give the Hawks pretty good field position up at the Hawk 48-yard line.
Good hard run by Drake. I'd like to see him tuck that ball a little bit tighter. He scared me a little bit there, but
all right.
Nevertheless, a great run.
All right. Hawks have again shown a propensity to pass. As 3 touchdown passes here by Braden Whitaker to become Valley's all-time leading touchdown thrower. On 1st and 10 from their own 49-yard line, Whitaker looks to run with it, trying to get to the outside, breaks a tackle, still trying to get to the outside, tripped up and manages to fall forward for 2, maybe 3 yards on the play. Ty Mullis gets credit on the tackle. Ball resting now at the 47-yard line, so we'll call that a 4-yard gain on the play for Braden. That's his 5th carry of the night for 35 yards.
Braden showing some of his strength there. He broke a couple nice tackles.
Right.
Tell you, if you're going, when you're defending Valley, you're going to have to definitely consider stopping him on the run because he's definitely a threat.
Right. Down to 10 on the play clock as Whitaker gets his team up to the line. 2nd and 6 now at the Perry 47. Carnes in motion. Whitaker takes the snap, pitches it off to Perkiser. Wyatt able to turn the corner, 45, and he is pushed out of bounds on what will be the final play of this third quarter. And we'll see where they mark the football. Looks like at the 40, and it will be enough for a first down. So Valley will have it 1st and 10 at the Perry 40 when the fourth quarter begins. That's the end of the third quarter on senior night here in the Valley. And on the Fast Eddie scoreboard, it is Springs Valley 28, Perry Central 21. We're back with the fourth quarter in a moment. This is Springs Valley High School football.
What's better than enjoying a fine meal at 33 Brick Street in French Lick? Savoring each mouth-watering bite on their outdoor patio and courtyard. Enhance your 33 Brick Street dining experience by taking in the open air during these warm months. Their patio and courtyard, featuring a fire pit, is perfect for special occasions or events, including wedding receptions, anniversaries, birthdays, and more. They can even design a special menu for your event. Make your reservations by calling 33 Brick Street at 936-3370. That's 936-3370. 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick, good food, all in a legendary atmosphere.
Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's Pizza on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink. $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. With Tracy Tucker and our spotter, Stevie McNew, Mike Hamilton at the Hawks Nest in French Lick as we start the fourth quarter. Valley with a 7-point lead on the Fast Eddie Ford at 28-21. Valley with the ball, 1st and 10 at the Perry 40-yard line.
Great evening for football and a great game to watch.
Absolutely. Back to throw. Whitaker fires it out on the flat, and the pass is incomplete. Ryan Jackson Land, the intended receiver, and you could just see right at the very end, Jackson had to dive for the ball, and you could see the ball pop out just at the last second. The official was right there on the play, and he made the right call. So
barely missed the target there.
So Braden now 9 of 15 for 180 yards and 3 touchdowns. 2nd down and 10. Hand off to Perkiser looking for running room. Started outside again, cuts it up, and picks up minimal yardage, maybe 3 to the 37. So the Hawks will be looking at a 3rd down and long.
I tell you, our offensive line has done a really good job tonight. They've had their hands full. Perry's got some pretty good-sized kids up front.
They do.
They're very well coached. Got some good linebackers behind him, too.
That was the 13th carry of the night for Wyatt for 58 yards. 3rd down and 7 for the Hawks at the Perry 37. Land splits wide to the near side. Tao the wide out to the far. Raheem in motion to the near side. Now comes set. Pitch to Perkiser, trying to get around the corner. Cuts it up and falls forward and gets it maybe to the 35, but not much more than that. Again, Perry's defense has done a great job tonight stringing it out. Alex Holman from his linebacker position in on the stop. 2-yard gain for Wyatt to the 35, and now Hawks looking at a 4th down and 5 from there. 10:40 to go here in the contest. It has been a nip-and-tuck affair. Remember, last year's game went to overtime, and could very well be on pace for that here tonight. All right, so Valley will go for it on 4th down and 5. In motion, Perkiser. Back to throw Whitaker. Look, he's going long for Jackson. He's got it again! Touchdown, Springs Valley! Once again, Blaine Whitaker goes up top on the fly route down the near sideline, laid it up perfectly, and Jackson Land holds it in, his 4th touchdown catch of the night, and the Hawks back up by 13 now at 34-21, and those 4 touchdown catches by Jackson, that may be getting close to some sort of a record.
Well, I know his dad, had back in '96, I believe, had 6 touchdowns against North Davies. I think they were all catches.
All right. Valley will go for 2, looking for a 15-point lead. Raheem in the backfield with Whitaker. He's going to run with the football, drives forward, and does he get in? Yes, he did! He just is able to cross the plane to the goal line. A good second effort there by Brayton, and the Hawks tack on 2 more. A huge score here as the Hawks counter Perry's with their second touchdown here in the second half of play, and now with 10:17 remaining, they now lead the Commodores 36-21 on the Fast Eddie scoreboard. We'll take a quick break and be back with more Blackhawks football right after this.
Let's say your kid or an envious coworker posted on social media that you're going on vacation. While you're excited about your time away, you're concerned that your empty home may be at risk. Leave your worries at home and pack peace of mind when you sign up for Smithville Security. Our #1 rated Honeywell Lyric home automation system provides full protection, and you can monitor your home from miles away. Simple, smart, safe, Smithville. Find out how to pack peace of mind and leave worries behind at smithvillesecurity.com.
This is Springs Valley senior running back Zach Carnes. Now back to more Blackhawks football with Mike Hamilton on Q100.
Valley offense has been solid tonight, especially in the passing game, as kicking off is Whitaker, picking it up at the 15-yard line. I believe that was Josh Smith, and he is able to return it all the way out to the 35-yard line. 6-play drive for the Hawks as they go 51 yards. Trying to do the math in my head on the time here. 2 minutes and 43 seconds. Took over at the minute mark of the third quarter.
I'd like to see our defense step up here and force a turnover and down.
And Bland pitching to Clay James. So the first time we've seen Perry run the option, and at the last second, Bland pitching it to the trailer. Clay James able to turn the corner and get out of the bounds, but not before he picks up 12 yards on the play out to the 48-yard line. So
they've actually ran the option. Mike, quarterback, just kept it.
Okay. Well, you know what? Basically started out as a defensive struggle, has turned into really neither defense being able to stop the other right now. I formation backfield, handoff Creek right. Makes a nice cut at the line of scrimmage. Into the backfield. He loses the football. It's loose. A scramble for it. And I think the Commodores have come up with a football. Yes, they did. Big break there. As I think Uzziah Pantier came in and hit right, jarred the football loose, but the Commodores were able to fall on top of it. And they'll end up getting 7 yards out of it to the Springs Valley 45-yard line. Boy, that would have turned things most definitely in Valley's favor there. But a good hard hit made.
Yeah, these Perry Central's running backs come out the second half. They're running extremely hard.
Second down and 3. This time it is, I think that's Creek Wright carrying the ball again. And he will pick up the first down yardage. Raheem Bell in on the stop, but Wright able to get the necessary yardage, or are they going to measure here for the first down? Nope, they'll say it is good enough. So a 4-yard pickup to the 41. And a fresh set of downs here for Commodores. Guess as long as Valley keeps scoring and keeping that 2-possession lead here, then Perry can't really catch up. Now we've got, I think, a timeout called here. Did the Commodores call this one, or did Valley? Well, we'll figure it out. Breaking the action, 9:08 remaining in the contest. On the Fast Eddie scoreboard, it is Springs Valley 36, Perry Central 21. We'll return with more Blackhawks football after this timeout.
Hello, my name is Ross Key. I speak farming and represent Springs Valley Bank and Trust, a true community bank committed to agriculture. As an ag specialist, I am committed to working with our customers and supporting the economic strength of our agricultural community. I look forward to building new and lasting relationships with farmers, businesses, and the people in the communities in which we live and work. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
This is Springs Valley senior running back Wyatt Pergeiser, and you're listening to Blackhawks football on Q100.
Out of the timeout, Perry, 1st and 10 at the Valley 41-yard line. Hawks leading by 15. I like these close games, by the way. We really haven't had too many so far this year. On 1st and 10, handoff Clint Payne, hit at the line of scrimmage, breaks a tackle, still on his feet, driving forward, and he'll pick up 8, maybe 9 yards on the play. So they haven't gone to Payne too much tonight. Able to bowl a couple of defenders over. Finally, Isaiah Pantier came in and made the stop, but not before. It is a 9-yard gain for Clint Payne to set up now a 2nd down and 1. Commodores not doing anything fancy. Pretty much keeping the ball on the ground for the most part. There is Simpson carrying, Levi Simpson this time. He'll have the first down. He works his way off the right side, pounds his way down to about the 28-yard line. 4-yard pickup, but enough to move the chains again for Perry.
Tell you, they're running out of that I formation, and when they hit the hole, as hard as they're hitting it, and they're getting a little blocking up front, it's hard to stop.
Of course, when you've got the lead, the clock can't run fast enough. When you're behind, you wonder where the time goes.
That's right.
All right, 1st and 10 now for Perry at the 28 of Valley. Get an I formation backfield. Bland hands off, and carrying the football this time is Creek Wright. Works his way off the right side. Brought down on the play by Raheem Bell. As Wright gets it inside the 25 to the 20, let's call it the 24-yard line. Gain of 4. 2nd down and 6. For the Commodores. They've primarily been on the ground, kept it on the ground this entire half.
Yeah, they've had the one pass play for a touchdown, and I was going to make a comment. We need to be ready for...
I was going to say, just as soon as they lull you to sleep, boom, here comes the pass.
And I might want to think about double teaming number 4.
Yeah, Clay James has had a big day. 2nd down and 6, eye in the backfield. Hand off to Simpson, hit in the backfield. Nice job there as Justin Shipman made the initial hit, and then he slowed up right just long enough for Raheem Bell and Adam George to come in and finish the tackle. And we'll call it no gain on the play. 3rd down and 6 now for Perry. As we tick inside of 7 minutes remaining here in this football game. Valley up 36-21.
A lot of time left.
An eternity. Now an offset eye on the option play. Bland's going to keep it. He pitches it off to James, turns the corner. He's to the 10, he's to the 5, and he wrestles forward, and he's in for the touchdown. What a job that Cameron Bland did again on that option play. Pitched it just at the last second to Clay James, who was able to turn the corner and gets it into the end zone. And the Commodores have made it a 9-point game here. So this is an
extra point
call.
Is huge.
Yeah. Because if they do not get this extra point, by the way, that'll go as a 24-yard run for Clay James.
That's his third touchdown.
Yeah. Comes at the 6:35 mark. Yeah, he's had 2 touchdown catches and now a run for a touchdown.
Yeah, the quarterback did a really nice job on that option play.
All right, Commodores are going to go for 2 here, so big play. Valley hopes to keep a 2-point lead, and running the ball is Bland. He'll get into the end zone. Hawks were playing for the pass, and again, Bland just took off left, and he runs it in untouched. And we've got ourselves a 7-point game again. 6:35 left to go here in the contest. And on the Fast Eddie scoreboard, it's now Valley 36, Perry Central 29. Back with more Hawks football right after this.
Go Blackhawks and go to Springs Valley Supply on Highway 145 in French Lick. Stop by for top quality Valspar paints for interior and exterior protection. And see the line of Cabot stains for steps and decks at Springs Valley Supply, your steel dealer in French Lick.
Hello, Valley football fans from Valley Marathon, where you can satisfy your gas tank and also satisfy your hunger with grilled chicken sandwich for just $2.89, or have a fresh grilled tenderloin for $3.59. We now offer big 44-ounce soft drinks for only 99 cents, and 2-liter Pepsi products just 99 cents at Valley Marathon.
Pressure back on the Hawks now as Perry will simply not go away. Neither team has stopped the other here in this second half of play. Both teams with 2 scores. So that touchdown with 10 seconds to go in the first half looming big as Valley maintains the lead, but it's back to 7 once again as Josh Smith getting set to kick off, and it looks like it is an onside kick, but right there is Brennan Smoot to fall on top of it. And again, the Hawks will have great field position, so I'm not sure the reasoning that Craig Gibson is using for those short kickoffs here, Tracy, but at any rate, Valley's been getting some good field position.
He may be afraid of kicking to our speed back there in our return team, so
that is
a lot of times coaches want to squib the ball to kind of make it makes it a little difficult for the return team to pick it up clean and get a good return.
Right. So Valley, 1st and 10 out, their own 45-yard line, out of the pistol. Whitaker, and movement here as somebody jumped across for Perry. Was he drawn across, or are they going to call offside? And it is going to be on the Commodores. Boy, that's a lot of discipline there, Tracy, when somebody jumps and you are taught to just hold your position. So
I like to see Springs Valley have about a 6-minute. I'll take a 6-minute drive for a score.
I think a lot of people for Valley will. So Hawks now have a 1st and 5, the ball at midfield. 6.5 minutes left, Valley up by 7. Out of the wing T formation here. And the ball bobbled, picked up by Braden, and he's going to be lucky just to get back to the line of scrimmage. And now a late flag
It might be a face mask.
We'll see what this is all about, and it is a face mask against Perry. So it's not indicated as a personal foul face mask. It looks like it'll just be the 5-yard variety. So they will move it up to the 44-yard line. So Whitaker will actually get credit for a yard on that play. the 5-yard penalty. Moves it up to the Perry 44, and that's an automatic first down. Not automatic, it's enough to pick up the first down. Whitaker. Again, a hard count. Sends Colby in motion. He gets it on the sweep. Gets a nice block. Trying to get to the outside. Turns the corner to the 40 and down about the 32-yard line. And oh, what a hit there by Raheem Bell. He just creamed that linebacker coming in on that side to allow Colby to run through. Ty Mullis makes the tackle, but it's not before. It's a 7-yard run for Colby down to the Perry 37-yard line to set up now a 2nd down and 3.
Yeah, that was a great block by Raheem, and then Colby read it nice, and just wish he would have stayed in bounds. But
yeah.
Can't always get what you want.
Still nice to get 7 yards on first down. In motion is Wyatt. He gets it on the handoff, trying to get to the outside, and oh, he's going to be pulled down. Oh, he gets away from the defender who gave up on him. He spun him around, and somehow Wyatt was able to stay on his feet and get the first down. I believe that was Colton Bland that came in and had him by the jersey and spun him around thinking he would go down, and instead Wyatt stayed on his feet and picks up about 5 extra yards, and it's good enough for a Valley first down.
I'll tell you, we've seen some great plays by Springs Valley players tonight. Wyatt, Jackson Land, Colby, Braden's thrown some great passes.
So the ball at the 32, first down and 10. Handoff Colby low. Starts outside, now cuts it back up and gets tripped up after a short gain. Greg Bayes in on the stop for Perry.
Offensive line is still battling in there. Nice to see.
Gain of only a yard there for Colby. Ball just outside the 31-yard line. 2nd down and 9. 5:20 remaining in this football game as the Hawks hold a 7-point lead. Neither team has been able to stop the other here in the second half, really since the last minute of the second quarter. Down to 6 on the play clock. Raheem in motion. Snap back to Whitaker. He's going to run with it. Starts outside, cuts it back in, gets it inside the 30 and down around the 28, maybe the 27-yard line. Lane Hilgen hold. Makes the stop for Perry. It'll be a gain to the 27. 4-yard pickup. 3rd down and 5 now for Valley. That's the 7th carry of the night now for Brayton. He's up to 41 yards. Wyatt has carried 15 times for 65, and Colby has 8 totes for a total of 23. 3rd and 5
Spread
now.
the love.
Raheem in the backfield with Whitaker out of the pistol. Hand off to Perkiser. Started outside, cuts it back in, and a flag comes in as Wyatt goes down at about the 25-yard line, but we may have a holding call. That was thrown by the umpire, and this would not be good here. And it is a holding call against the Hawks. So a very inopportune time here to pick up that penalty. The only good thing right now, Tracy, is the fact that field position is favoring the Hawks. So it all moved back to the 36-yard line, so that'll end up being a 9-yard penalty. So Wyatt will actually get credit for a yard pickup there. Yeah, so it'll bring up now 3rd down and 14.
Be interesting. We don't get the first down here. What coaches decide to do?
Yeah, do you try to punt it away and try to coffin corner one, or do you go for it? And if you don't make it, you give Perry decent field position. Jordan Curtis in there, in motion, back to throw is Whitaker. Looks, flushed out of the pocket. Looking, fires it downfield, and it's caught at the 15-yard line.
Beautiful.
And it is Wyatt Perkiser that makes the reception. What a throw again made by Braden Whitaker. He has been on the mark time and again tonight. As that time, Wyatt was running toward the near sideline, and throwing it on the run that time was Whitaker, and he threw it perfectly down to the 15. That's a 21-yard reception, And a huge first down for the Hawks, and Perry Central is going to take a timeout. 3:46 left. Hawks nursing a 7-point lead on the Fast Eddie scoreboard at 36-29. We'll return with more Valley Gridiron action in just a moment.
Caring people make the difference at Springs Valley Meadows in French Lick.
You can feel it the minute you walk into Springs Valley Meadows. We're the experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. We're here to help you and your family find answers, solutions, and peace of mind. In fact, we become an extension of your family. For more information about Springs Valley Meadows, Highway 145, French Lick, visit ascseniorcare.com.
Or call Springs Valley Meadows at 936-9991.
This is Springs Valley senior defensive back Trenton McElfresh. Don't miss a second of the action of Blackhawks football by keeping it tuned in here to Q100.
Matt Cooper and the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ are proud of our young leaders that excel between the lines and in the classroom. BRCJ salutes the parents, teachers, and coaches for their support of these activities because life is a team sport. Go Hawks from the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ in Paoli. What a throw, what a catch. And the Hawks now 1st and 10 at the Perry 15-yard line out of the Commodores timeout. Coming off the field here is Colby Lowe. I'm not sure. I don't know if they broke the huddle, but at any rate, no penalty flag. Here's Braden Whitaker. A nice little run on the quarterback keeper. Driving forward, gets it down inside the 10 to about the 8-yard line. Greg Gibson calling that timeout, Tracy. He's got to figure out a way to stop Valley's passing game, so they spread things out, and that left a nice little hole there for Braden to run through. He picks up 6 yards down to the 9 to bring up a 2nd down and 4.
Yeah, Braden's feeling awful comfortable back there. He's throwing the ball. Give credit to our offensive line, and our receivers. They're staying on the routes and trying to get open. So, and he's got some weapons out there to throw to.
3:05 left. Well, if Valley scores here, it wouldn't win the game for him, but it would make it very tough for Perry. Hand off to Colby on the sweep, cutting through. Nice job. Can he turn the corner? Oh, he is clobbered. What a great job made by Creek Wright, who chased him down. That was just speed against speed that time, as Colby tried to turn the corner into the end zone and was hit hard there. He goes out of bounds at about the 6-yard line. Actually, I think the Commodores suspend another timeout here.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure if he's out of bounds. Yeah,
I don't think he got the first down. He got 3 yards. So, yeah, it'll be 3rd down and 1. So, right now, Greg Gibson is gambling here that his defense can make a big stop here. Actually, Valley will have 2 tries to get that 1 yard. It's 3rd and 1 now at the Commodore 6-yard line. Clock is stopped with 2 minutes and 47 seconds. And, boy, it's been fun to watch this Valley offense here tonight, Tracy.
Yeah, was that Perry's 2nd or 3rd timeout?
That I'm not sure. I know it's at least their 2nd. They may still have 1 left. But I think a first down here by the Hawks, they could really have a chance to milk the clock. Time is on their side. They lead at 36-29.
Yeah, and a perfect word will be nice to just get the first down here and then run 3 or 4 more plays.
Let's see what they do. Out of the pistol, Whitaker will keep the football, drives forward, makes a cut, still on his feet, inside the 5. That should be good enough for the first down. So, Braden gets the necessary yardage, and it is 1st and goal now for the Hawks. They will spot the ball at the 3-yard line. 9 carries, 50 yards tonight for Mr. Whitaker, and they'll wind the clock here once again.
Need to stay in the huddle just for a little bit longer.
Yeah, they can take as much time as they need here. Down to 15 on the play clock, 2:25 remaining in this football game as the Hawks going for their 4th win in a row. That would bring them to the 500 mark with 1 regular season game left. Down to 5 on the play clock. Snap back to Whitaker. He's going to run with it, looking for running room, and he is hit and may get back to the line of scrimmage, may have gotten a half a yard, not much more, but here's a situation where the Hawks would like to score. They don't necessarily need to score. Time is more their ally than anything. That's a 1-yard gain for Braden to the 2. So it'll make up now 2nd down and 10. But again, I think the Commodores are out of timeouts, Tracer. They would probably call one here.
Yeah. We'd like to see if we go under center. We've gone under center quite a bit.
Right. And Hawks taking their time, getting up to the line of scrimmage, down to 7 here on the play clock.
Yep.
And Whitaker will be up under center. Raheem in the backfield, quarterback keeper. Whitaker drives forward, and he'll get it down, I think, to about the 1-yard line. No indication that he did break the plane to the goal line.
I think he's about the 1 inch.
Yeah. 3rd down and goal now. But again, more important, that clock continues to run. We're down to 1:08 left to go. Valley leading 36-29. So now if they punch it in, this would, in essence...
don't say it, Mike.
Okay, I won't.
I've seen a lot of crazy things happen.
Yeah,
sorry.
That's true. We saw 3 touchdowns in 63 seconds. So, but we have less than 63 seconds here.
I think we're going to call a timeout here.
I think we are going to call a timeout here. They'll let it run down, the play clock run down, and there's the timeout. So the Hawks run it down to 40.5 seconds left. So they will have a 3rd down and goal. The ball at about the half-yard line. Chicago's Pizza, good. Stop by Chicago's on the Boulevard in French Lick for the salad bar lunch, 11 to 1:30 Monday through Friday. Salad, pizza, breadsticks, and drink, all for $7.99 at Chicago's Pizza in French Lick. Hoosiers in action tomorrow. They'll take on that's Georgia Southern. No, yeah, no. They just played Georgia Southern. They, yeah, I'll be all right.
I can't help you on that, Mike.
Yeah, I know.
Hang on just a second.
This is their, we'll figure it out here.
Charleston!
Yeah, Charleston Southern. There you go.
There you go.
Okay. What should have been a bye week, obviously, with Florida International unable to play in week number 2. So, and then we will make the trip to Daviess County next week, more specifically to Elnora, as the Hawks will close out the regular season against the North Daviess Cougars. But here, Hawks trying to salt this one away. They've got a 3rd and goal now at the Perry Central 1-yard line, leading by 7 and just 40.5 seconds remaining in this football game. Valley trying to send their 7 seniors out on a winning note. Whitaker up under center, drives forward, and does he get in? No indication yet, and...
I think he did.
I don't think he did, no. So it'll be 4th down and goal from the 1, and there's 30 seconds on the play clock and only 20 seconds on the game clock. The Hawks will not have to run a play, and that is how this football game will end. A shootout in the second half, but it's Valley that will outscore the Perry Central Commodores, and for the first time in 6 years, they win here on their home field, and they have beaten Perry Central in back-to-back games for the first time in over 15 years. More importantly, the Hawks win their 4th straight as they continue on a roll. As they improve now to 4-4 on the year, they'll finish conference play at 2-3, while the Commodores' slim hopes of sharing a conference championship go by the wayside here tonight. They'll drop to 3-5 on the year. They are now 2-2 in conference action. Great win tonight for the Springs Valley football team. A record-setting night as well. 4 touchdown passes tonight thrown by Braden Whitaker, 4 touchdown catches by Jackson Lamb as the Hawks sweep to the victory here tonight. We'll be back to recap all of tonight's action in a moment. The final score here this evening at the Hawks Nest in French Lick on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. The Springs Valley Blackhawks 36, the Perry Central Commodores 29. You're listening to Springs Valley High School Football.
What's better than enjoying a fine meal at 33 Brick Street in French Lick? Savoring each mouth-watering bite on their outdoor patio and courtyard. Enhance your 33 Brick Street dining experience by taking in the open air during these warm months. Their patio and courtyard, featuring a fire pit, is perfect for special occasions or events, including wedding receptions, anniversaries, birthdays, and more. They can even design a special menu for your event. Make your reservations by calling 33 Brick Street at 936-3370. That's 936-3370. 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick, good food all in a legendary atmosphere.
You've got a great watchdog. He barks every time someone comes to the door, devoted to your protection. But he can't lock your doors, turn on your lights, or set the temperature of your house. However, those things are part of what a Honeywell Lyric home automation system from Smithville Security can provide. Keep your dog and all other things you love safe. Visit smithvillesecurity.com today to discover how affordable peace of mind can be. Simple, smart, safe, Smithville.
Hello, my name is Ross Key. I speak farming and represent Springs Valley Bank and Trust, a true community bank committed to agriculture. As an ag specialist, I am committed to working with our customers and supporting the economic strength of our agricultural community. I look forward to building new and lasting relationships with farmers, businesses, and the people in the communities in which we live and work. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
Go Blackhawks and go to Springs Valley Supply on Highway 145 in French Lick. Stop by for top quality Valspar paints for interior and exterior protection. And see the line of Cabot stains for steps and decks at Springs Valley Supply, your steel dealer in French Lick.
October is the time for a Royal Reese Brownie Blizzard of the month at Dairy Queen of Springs Valley. And stop in for your noon or evening nourishment with a $5 DQ meal. 3-piece chicken strips or deluxe cheeseburger with fries, medium drink, and free sundae. Just $5 at Dairy Queen in French Lick.
And before we go any further, let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Springs Valley High School Football.
You're listening to the 6,000-watt sports voice of the Valley, WFLQ, French Lick, Indiana.
Mike Hamilton along with Tracy Tucker back at Springs Valley High School, where tonight Springs Valley sends their 7 seniors out a winner on their final regular season home contest, as they outpoint the Perry Central Commodores tonight by final count of 36-29. And what started off kind of as a defensive struggle over the first quarter and a half or so, Tracy, really turned into just kind of a shootout at the OK Corral.
Yeah, kind of a little bit unexpected from what I saw coming in.
Yeah, but, you would have thought. It seemed like both defenses were really locked in for a while, and then all of a sudden both teams got their offenses generated. Perry just grinding it out on the ground, and Valley so much success with their passing department, which is interesting because the last couple of weeks, Crawford and Tecumseh taking away Valley's passing game, but I think Perry kind of gambled more on the run tonight, and Braden was up to the task and just threw some absolutely gorgeous passes here tonight.
He threw some great passes. I'll tell you, Jackson Land ran some unbelievable routes, and then our offensive line gave Braden enough time to feel comfortable back there. And when he's comfortable, he's usually going to hit his targets. And then you got Wyatt and Zach Carnes as big-time weapons. So big night for Springs Valley.
All right, let's recap the scoring quickly. Perry got it going at the 8:34 mark of the opening quarter. The first play of their second drive, Creek Wright able to break it for a 47-yard touchdown run. Ethan Edwards booted the extra point. Perry had a 7-0 lead. Valley answered on the very next series as they drove the ball 61 yards in 9 plays and 5:24, capped off by Colby Lowe's 5-yard run. Whitaker ran it in for the 2-point conversion. The Hawks had an 8-7 lead. After both teams kind of locked in defensively, Valley was finally able to get on track. They went 75 yards in 5 plays for the next score in 1:20 as Braden Whitaker, the first of 4 touchdown passes to Jackson Land tonight. This time they teamed up on a 39-yarder. The run for the 2-point conversion was no good. And with 1:03 to go, it looked like Valley would go to the dressing room with a 14-7 lead. But the Commodores came right back. They needed just 4 plays to go 65 yards in 43 seconds. The touchdown pass, a 35-yarder from freshman quarterback Cameron Bland to Clay James. That with just 20 seconds to go, Edwards booted the extra point, and it looked like we were going to go to the dressing room tied at 14. But hold on. After a squib boot set up Valley at their own 47-yard line, the team of Whitaker and Land hooked up once again, this time for a 53-yarder with 10 seconds to go in the first half. Then Wyatt Perkiser ran it in for the 2-point conversion, and this time that was all the scoring in the first half as Valley went up 22-14. They took the opening kickoff and used better than half the period. A 13-play, 59-yard drive in 6:49, capped off by the third touchdown pass by Braden Whitaker, going 22 yards to Jackson Land, and the 5:11 mark, even though the 2-point conversion was no good. Hawks led 28-14. Perry would answer back at the 1-minute mark of the third quarter. This was a 22-yard pass play from Cameron Bland to Clay James. Again, Edwards booted the extra point to make it 28-21, but again, Valley answered with another outstanding drive. 6 plays, 51 yards in 2 minutes and 43 seconds, and again, it was the team of Whitaker and Land teaming up, going 35 yards on this touchdown pass with 10:17 to go. Whitaker ran it in for the 2-point conversion to put Valley up 36-21. And then Perry would get their final touchdown of the contest with 6:35 to go. Clay James on an end-around sweep, going 24 yards for the score. Cameron Bland, the rookie quarterback, ran it in for the 2-point conversion. And from there, the Hawks ran out the final 6 minutes and 35 seconds. They had a 4th and goal at the 1, but with Perry Central out of timeouts, the Hawks were able to let time run out, and they secure the victory. So a big victory for this Hawk team as they win 2 squeakers over the Commodores in back-to-back years, down in Leopold last year in overtime, and then hold on for a 7-point victory here tonight on senior night. Final again, Springs Valley 36, Perry Central 29 on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. All the seniors down there greeting with their well-wishers, and we hope to maybe have a chance to talk to a couple of those. But a big night as Valley evens their record at 4-4 on the year, 2-3 in the conference. Perry drops to 3-5 on the campaign, now 2-2 in league action. We'll take a quick break and continue with more after we pause for these words. This is Springs Valley High School football.
You've worked hard to build and protect your estate throughout your lifetime. Enjoy the confidence that comes from knowing all you've worked for may be preserved for your heirs. Please call Jamie Sullivan, Senior Vice President of Investments of Sullivan Financial Consulting of Raymond James, located in Mitchell at 849-2670. Jamie can help design a comprehensive plan suited for your family's future financial needs. Call Jamie Sullivan today at 849-2670. Raymond James and Associates Incorporated, member New York Stock Exchange, SIPC.
A message from Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
What's better than enjoying a fine meal at 33 Brick Street in French Lick? savoring each mouth-watering bite on their outdoor patio and courtyard. Enhance your 33 Brick Street dining experience by taking in the open air during these warm months. Their patio and courtyard, featuring a fire pit, is perfect for special occasions or events, including wedding receptions, anniversaries, birthdays, and more. They can even design a special menu for your event. Make your reservations by calling 33 Brick Street at 936-3370. That's 936-3370. 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick. Good food, all in a legendary atmosphere.
Back once again at the Hawks Nest here in French Lick. Springs Valley wins tonight over the Perry Central Commodores by a final count of 36-29, evening their record now at 4-4. More importantly, they continue building that head of steam as they get closer and closer to sectional 48 play. One regular season game coming up next week at North Davies. Let's bring in head coach Mark Hammond. Coach, first of all, congratulations on the victory, and I know for a group of seniors here, you couldn't be prouder of what they've been able to accomplish, not just tonight, but throughout their careers.
Yeah, I mean, I tell you, like I said, there's going to be a lot more football hopefully played on this field, but, I told them, this is something, they're always going to remember their last regular season game against, somebody like Perry Central that they played, from 7th grade on. They know a lot of those players. They, and that brings something else to the table, and a conference win, like you said, on top of that. So, I can't be more proud of the way, those guys just stepped up and kept battling. You think we get a little breathing room, and then, Perry, come right back, and we'd have to do it again. And everybody was up to the challenge, and everybody was for each other. And like I said, we were a little sick tonight. We had some, guys with, Zach wasn't 100%, Braden wasn't 100%, and, Wyatt was sick through the week. I think Colton Reynolds is still getting better, Shipman's still coming back with that knee, and, you know what I'm saying. So we just had several little question marks, but again, I thought it was a great team win. I thought everybody, stayed positive, stayed, focused on what the job was, and knew, we just had to keep playing. We knew it was going to be a 4-quarter game, and it was.
Better to be sick now than, say, a couple weeks from now.
I agree with that. Mike.
Coach, each team scored a touchdown early on, and then it looked like the defense is kind of locked in there for a while, pretty much until the last couple of minutes there of that first half, and then from then on, really, it just kind of turned into a shootout.
Yeah, I'd say, I felt like our defense was, like I said, that first touchdown was kind of, we thought we had the personnel on there. We ended up only playing with 10. And, this team, you can't play with 10 out there. We switched our defenses up from a 5 front or an odd front to an even front. And we finished in an even front, and they thought we was going back to an odd. One thought we was going back to odd. One thought we stayed even. And we just didn't get one guy out there, which, again, would that have made a difference? I don't know. But again, then we started, like you said, Mike, we really locked in. And even that last, touchdown there at the, we gave up. Cooper said he kind of tangled his feet up a little bit, and then Isaiah said he was over there and just thought he had a good beat on it. But again, nothing we didn't know they was going to do. Our kids knew that they kind of let that one happen. But then second half they started finding something they liked in the running game. I know they put a 44 or something back there. We haven't seen him run the ball a lot, but he was doing a nice job. And again, a team like this, they're happy to get that 3 or 4 yards and just keep the ball away from you. But I think we were doing a nice job as well. Finding, we made some adjustments. Coach Reynolds and the coach staff was watching what we were doing. So I think both offenses were starting just to get in a little rhythm there in the second half, and that really that really is what kind of started happening there. And everybody saw we couldn't really stop them that well. They couldn't stop us. And again, a big night offensively. But again, it's nice to have a not as good defensive game, but still come out on top. So
you got to give Perry Central credit. Anytime you can get that backfield, they got some big boys up front, and their backs were hitting the hole hard and quick, and they get that going. It makes it tough on your defense, but we hung in there just enough, and congratulations.
Well, yeah, appreciate that, Tracy. And like I said, that's what we knew they were going to do. That they like that, they don't mind that. You got to try to get up at 3 scores or more to get them out of it. And every time I thought we was going to do that, we would maybe miss a block or make a penalty or whatever, which again is a pretty good night overall for us. But again, we just never could get up that third score to really kind of let them get out of their element a little bit.
Coach, just some tremendous athletic plays made by our kids all night long. I mean, they're just really too numerous to mention, too many guys doing it, but man, I'll tell you what, it was just so much fun to watch out there.
Yeah, and that's what I say. We got the offense clicking, and like I said, that makes for excitement. Like I said, I like our defense to step up and do a little more, or a little better job of, making a few stops. I know one time they fumbled the ball and looked like it was on the ground wall, and we didn't get on it and things like that. But like I said, it was a tremendous effort, and like I said, it was a lot of fun. I mean, again, I got a little nervous there, of course, but then we just had that nice drive just to finish the game, and that's what you want to be able to do.
And again, I thought for the third straight week, we took what the defense gave us.
Exactly.
Tecumseh and Crawford kind of taking away the pass, and we saw with one of our bread and butter plays, that counter. They were stopping it with regular success for the most part, but when it came to the passing game, we were able to take advantage of their secondary.
Yeah, and that's something, like I said, we look at. You don't know. You'd like to say, hey, this is what they're going to be, and we kind of knew they'd be in at 4. That's just a very central staple. They're always usually in a 4-4, and they're very disciplined on what they do. But you just don't know if they're going to play it tight, deep. How soft the coverage they're going to play on it. And like I said, so when you go into it, we talk to our offense and just tell them, it might take us a little bit to figure it out, but we'll get it figured out, and we'll take what they give us. And like I said, we've been able to do that the last several games, and tonight was no exception. I know, we started hitting some hitches early with Tal and Land and stuff, and I think that opened up the deep stuff as well. So again, it was an excellent ball game, just adjustments all the way through.
I'd like to say give our offensive line credit.
Yeah.
They were, Mike was getting a little impatient up here a little bit. I said, hey, we still need to pound that ball in there. It'll open up. And then they were able to give Braden a lot of Braden was comfortable back there most of the night, and you saw what he did. And I have to say, I had a little bit of deja vu up here with number 19. Man, watching his dad play back in the day. I don't want to give him too much credit.
No.
But Jackson's a little tougher than him, but
a lot better looking, too.
A lot better looking. But he ran some great routes tonight, and like I said, the offensive line gave Braden enough time to throw, and Braden was on his game tonight, looked sharp back there, and just proud of those guys. Yeah,
and, like you said, that's the other thing. I thought they was going to start trying to bring a little more pressure off the edge or up the middle. Like I said, they were, for the most part, Braden had to run around, move around a little bit, buy some time, but our offensive line did a nice job with the pass protection, and like I said, that allows him to kind of pick the points. And that last play down there close to where he hit Wyatt coming across there, that was a really excellent play that really sealed the deal for us, I thought. But again, we might have to start calling him wheels. Braden was running that power play up in there pretty well too, and then getting some yards for us. But he keeps that ball away from him way too much, so I'm gonna have to work on him on that a little bit. So, but yeah, like I said, it was a great effort by everybody, and like I said, it was fun to watch.
Yeah, great team win. Don't want to take anything. Wyatt just made some unbelievable cuts out there. Kobe Lowe ran hard.
Right.
Zach made some nice plays. I mean, just you can go on and on and on down the line.
That's what I said. Ryan Tal caught some early balls there for us that really started opening up everybody, I thought. So again, you got to get everybody involved, and that's what's so nice about our offense right now. They can't really single in on one play. They can try to say, well, we're going to stop Wyatt, or we're going to try to double team Jackson or whatever. But again, you're not going to be able to do that all night with the weapons that we're having.
And again, we made mention of the fact that tonight Braden setting the touchdown passing record, but I know he's a humble enough young man that he will certainly defer all the attention to his teammates, and he knows that he can't do it without his receivers, without his offensive line blocking for him. But still, nevertheless, at some point in time, he'll be able to sit back and I think be very proud of what he's been able to accomplish.
Oh yeah, I think so. Like I said, he's a great young kid there, and like I said, he's had a lot of accomplishments over the years, and like I said, he's got several of those finally going happen in the record books now and stuff. So again, we recognize that the last one I kind of got caught up in the win and didn't recognize it out there on the field, but the teammates were all excited for it and realized he broke the touchdown passing record tonight, and like I said, hopefully there's a lot more of those to come in the future. But again, we're very proud of him, the way he runs the team and controls the huddle. And like I said, he told me he was going to get in the end zone that last one. We told him he didn't have to. He goes, "Oh, we're going to go for it, Coach." And I think he decided just to take a knee and get down early, just run the clock out. But that's how smart he is out there.
All right. I'm not sure if you're aware of this, and I'll just bring it up. I know, again, you also want to defer all the attention to the kids, but this is the 10th time you've gone up against this green and white team, and you picked up your first victory tonight.
Yeah,
so Congratulations.
Well, thank you. Like I said, I appreciate that, Mike. But like I said, it's all the kids, and like I said, when they're playing well, like I said, it's easy to just get out of their way and let it happen. But yeah, like I said, that's one of those things. The Perry's always got a solid team, and they've been good for a lot of years, and it's one of those teams that you're always glad you can come away with the win on. Like I said, and like I said, they'll be strong again. I think they had some youth out there, so we'll have to be ready again as we go in the future and face them in the future.
All right, last thought. We'll get the seniors on here in just a moment, but again, just kind of put this game back into perspective in the overall scheme of things, and then as you get ready for North Davies coming up next week.
Yeah, I mean, I thought this was going to be a hard-fought game. I know a lot of people thought Perry was down a little bit this year, but they come off beating West Washington last week, which I thought was a good win with where West Washington's been, and I knew they was going to have a lot of momentum riding that high coming in here, and they showed that. And like I said, it was one of those. I told our kids all week that this is going to be kind of one of those sectional games that is going to prepare you hopefully for a sectional run, a close ball game, a hard fought game, and something that we're going to have to be able to match. And again, we did it, and that's why I tried to tell them out there on the field that's what we got to take away from this. Some people say, well, we didn't play as well here, didn't do this well, but again, we did enough to win, and that's all you got to do when it comes to tournament time.
Well, thanks for the close game. Biting my nails a little bit, as a lot of fans perhaps were, but a great win and good experience too, because the kids, they got to learn how to win in situations like this, and I thought their composure was outstanding.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. That we haven't had one. We kind of early had a couple games where there was a couple touchdowns here or there where we might have been able to back and forth, and like I said, even though we were up a touchdown or two most of the game, it was a very close ball game, and again, just a lot of credit goes to these kids and the coaching staff, and I just want to thank again the crowds and coming out and supporting these guys, because they are fun to watch.
All right, Coach, enjoy this one, and we'll see you next week when you take on North Davies.
Hey, appreciate it, guys. Thanks for all the support.
All right, that is Mark Hammond, the head coach of the Springs Valley Blackhawks, joining us here after the contest, as Valley a winner tonight against Perry on senior night, 36-29. We'll take a quick break and come back and talk with a couple of the Valley seniors. We'll do that when we return. This is Springs Valley High School football.
When it comes to shopping local, most of us think of small, friendly mom-and-pop shops with their quality products and commitment to their community. You may not think of Smithville as a local company, but it is. An Indiana company built by Hoosiers for Hoosiers. Nationally recognized for outstanding fiber internet, TV, voice, and security, as well as incredible customer service provided by your fellow Hoosiers. Go local. Visit switchtosmithville.com for the fastest internet and more. You'll be in good hands.
This is Springs Valley senior quarterback Braden Whitaker. Your power station for Blackhawk sports is Q100 WFLQ.
Valley wins their fourth in a row tonight as they knock off Perry Central 36-29 in a shootout, as Braden Whitaker throws 4 touchdown passes to Jackson Land, and the Hawks able to hang on down the stretch for the victory. In fact, speaking of our senior quarterback, Braden, a tremendous game tonight. First of all, congratulations on the win, and you guys kind of had to keep pouring it on there. I mean, give credit to Perry Central. They were really a lot better football team than a lot of people, I think, give them credit for, and you were in it right down to the end.
Yeah, I think I heard Perry lost 7 offensive starters last year and 8 defensive or something crazy like that. So I knew they were down, but Perry Central's always a tough team. So we knew it was going to be a hard game, and we came out and got the W.
You were going up against a freshman quarterback tonight. Did you maybe see a little of yourself from a few years back in him?
Oh, yeah. That number 17, he throws a nice ball. He had some good passes to that Clay James kid, that wide receivers. I mean, he's a good athlete, and he just put the ball up and let him go get it. So.
All righty. Well, talk about what Perry's defense was giving you tonight. We talked with Coach about the fact that Crawford and Tecumseh were really focusing on the pass, and your ground game was effective. This time it seemed like Perry wanted to focus more on your running game.
Yeah, they were definitely, like we tried running sweeps, and they were just stringing it out, just making good plays on the football. But their cornerbacks were just playing off, and if they were playing off, Jackson knew to run ahead, tried to hit him. Or if they were pressing him, he'd run a fade, and I'd hit him for a touchdown pass.
Well, it was outstanding. Your throws were on the money almost all night long. You know, even just besides the 4 touchdown passes to Jackson, you threw a couple of little hitch throws to Ryan as well, and I think Wyatt had a couple of nice catches as well. So when you have kind of a nice set of receivers, it certainly has to make it easier for you.
Yeah, we got playmakers all over the field, Mike. We got Ryan Towell over there. I mean, his hands like glue. He doesn't really go deep much. He runs those hitches, and Wyatt, he'll catch it, and you just let him do the work. I mean, a lot of my passing yards just come from dump offs from Wyatt, and he'll do what he does. Shifty, he's a shifty little guy. And then Zach, he's shifty just as well. Really quick too.
And I think you need to take your offensive line out to Dairy Queen and buy them a big burger and fries or something here. They just do an outstanding job keeping you protected. No sacks here tonight. Every once in a while you might have to flush yourself out of the pocket a little bit, but I know you are so proud of what this line can do.
Yeah, I've been blessed with some good linemen. I mean, there's going to be a play every game. Well, probably more than one where I'm going to have to leave the pocket and go make a play. And Wyatt will help me out a lot too, but yeah, our line does a heck of a job, especially tonight.
Let's get away from the game for just a moment. Just talk a little bit about this senior class, 7 of you guys, and it's got to be fun what all you guys have gone through.
Yeah, we've been together for a while. I mean, I think Wyatt and I played on the same team every year. Back when in youth league they used to split up teams, Wyatt and I were always on the same team. So him and I, we really do have a really good chemistry.
Yeah, Braden. I'd just like to, coach football here for a while, and I know how much work it takes to put in your 4-year player, and just like to say congratulations to you and your accomplishments, and I know you're giving credit to a lot of other.
Yeah, I've been blessed. I mean, since I've been a freshman, I've had wide receivers and Hector Walker. I mean, my freshman year, Blake was out there. Wyatt's always been out there. He's been starting since he was a freshman. So, I mean, I've always had playmakers that I could just throw the ball to, and they make plays.
Yeah, and you looked. Did you feel more comfortable now? You looked like you just from up here. You just looked like you were there. You were feeling it.
Yeah, usually on the first drive, I get a good feel of what their defensive line's going to do. And tonight it was just like we had some good. We didn't get much of a push on running the ball, but they weren't. It wasn't like they were getting in the backfield either.
Exactly.
I think their defensive line was just really slow, and we took advantage of it by passing on them.
All the Valley athletes being honored tonight in the fall. So some distractions. Was it a problem maybe putting those aside to focus on the game tonight?
Yeah, it was, especially like last week with homecoming. It's difficult to be warming up, go do whatever ceremonies or activities they're doing, and for quite 30 minutes, and you have to come back, play the game without warming up. I mean, it's just, we did it, but it's hard, man.
Yeah, I was going to say, but you still wouldn't trade it for anything. I mean, just being able to walk out there with your mom and dad and being honored along with the rest of the seniors as a reward for all the hard work you put in, not just your senior year, not just even your high school career, but when you guys started down in 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th grade, and certainly, I'm sure at times it seems like it's been forever, but at times you look back and you think, where did the time go?
I know, it's crazy. I can't believe it's my senior year. That was my last regular season home football game. It's crazy, but I mean, the support of these parents of the seniors, they've always been involved and getting us food after games and stuff, and junior high, one parent just running us all around before a game to get us food. I mean, we got some good parents.
I was going to say, whether we're 10-0, 0-10, or somewhere in between, the support from not just the family but the community has been outstanding. And when you know people have your back, there's just that little sense of security that kind of makes you feel good about yourself.
Yeah, there's always people lined up on these like fence right here. It's nice just being able to turn around and see the bleachers filled. Love it here.
All righty, one last thing. We've got one more senior we'll get on, but in the overall scope of things, still a long way to go in this season. Hopefully, final tune-up next week at North Davies. What are the guys going to need to do so that you're at your pace heading into a good North Central team?
In reality, this is all just preseason. The real season starts in 2 weeks. So we got to come out and get another W next week and hopefully build off like a snowball effect. We need to keep it rolling. Hopefully it goes into the sectional game here against North Central Farmersburg. So they're a good team. I don't know if they've lost a game yet. I know they play Eastern Green next week, so I mean that'll be a real test for them, I think.
All right. Hopefully, maybe Eastern can beat them up a little bit and come in a little banged up. When you want to always beat a team at full strength, it kind of makes you feel better, I think. But we'll worry about North Davies next week, and then get ready. And the nice thing is, seems like we've struggled to get the draw to work our way and get any home games, but I think we're going to take advantage of that opportunity.
It's rare when Springs Valley gets a home sectional draw, so hopefully we take advantage of it.
And boy, isn't the field still in great shape out there?
It's crazy.
I mean,
we take real good care of it this year, especially.
All righty, well, let's put some more wear and tear on it for a couple, 3 more weeks. How's that sound?
Sounds like a plan.
Brad, congratulations. Another record that your name will go into, and certainly I know it's more about the team, and hopefully we'll continue to do well. So congratulations.
It's a group award.
Alrighty. That is Braden Whitaker, quarterback tonight. 4 touchdown passes as the Hawks defeat Perry Central tonight on senior night, their final regular season home game. Let's get one more senior in, and we'll get him set up. That is Bert Rails. And well, I'll tell you what. Let's take a quick commercial break. And then when we come back, we'll talk with Bert. So, again, 36-29 Valley a winner. We'll return after this 30-second timeout.
Hello, my name is Ross Key. I speak farming and represent Springs Valley Bank and Trust, a true community bank committed to agriculture. As an ag specialist, I am committed to working with our customers and supporting the economic strength of our agricultural community. I look forward to building new and lasting relationships with farmers, businesses, and the people in the communities in which we live and work. Loyal to you, your family, and your future. Springs Valley Bank and Trust. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Focused on you, Springs Valley Bank and Trust.
This is Springs Valley senior defensive lineman Bert Rails here. Every pass, handoff, and tackle of Blackhawks football on the sports voice of the Valley Q100.
Back again at the Hawks Nest, where Valley wins it tonight over Perry, the second straight time they've beaten the Commodores. 36-29 the final score, as Braden Whitaker throws 4 touchdown passes to Jackson Land, and the Hawks run out the final 6.5 minutes to preserve the victory. Another of the seniors tonight is Bert Rails, and Bert, congratulations. Just tell us your perspective of things to be able to win on senior night. It's not going to be your last home game, but your last regular season game on a night when all the seniors get honored.
Well, on a night like this, it's a special night for the seniors, and then we come out here and we battle a team that we know that would have put up a fight with us for the entire night. Watching their film and stuff, we've seen their plays, we've seen some of their battles against other teams, we've seen their capability of doing things, and we came out here and we put a stop to some of their plays, and we put the fight to them, and we eventually came out with a win.
I asked Braden this, I'll ask you. Obviously a very emotional night. You know, you come out with your family and everybody on a night like this. Is it hard to put kind of those distractions aside and kind of get ready and focus on football?
A little bit, yeah, and in another way, not as much. As long as you keep your mind more focused on the game than the distractions, you should be fine. But if you're more focused on the distractions, you lose your mind throughout the football game, and then sometimes you come out there not knowing what you're doing, and sometimes you get a missed play or two.
Talk a little bit about, with you being on the line, just talk a little bit about the play of these guys. I mean, you know, the skilled players can't stress enough how important their play is, whether it's the offensive line, defensive line. Just talk about how this group has matured and gotten better over the course of the season.
Over the course of the season, they've came out, they've put fights up. Sometimes we've lost the battle up front, sometimes we've won the battle up front. Over this season, we've just came back and we've been putting the fight up front more and more, and then we've been getting more and more pushes up front, and we've been making great plays.
7 guys in this senior group. Just talk a little bit about what it's like been going through the season with them here.
Well, some of them I don't know as well, and some of them I know pretty well. I started here in 6th grade, and then I played football in 6th and 7th grade, and I came back my freshman year to play, and then I left my sophomore and junior year and came back this year. I haven't played the full football career with them, but it's nice to come out here and join them.
I was going to say, you glad you came out here in your final year?
Yeah.
I know, such a tough schedule the first part of the year, and then we've finally been able to string things together. Do you think those first few games really helped us for this part of the season?
Yeah, and I think that they've made us come out with more of a mindset for winning more games instead of coming out with losses. They make us put a mindset on what we have to do in our battles against other teams, and then we eventually come out here with a win once we finally figure out what we came out here to do.
How much importance do you put on the mental aspect of thing? And one area I think that you can consider mental is the team's confidence. Obviously, nothing does more for confidence than winning football games. You've won 4 straight, but as far as the guys feeling good about themselves and coming out and playing, not cockiness, but confidence, and what have you seen in that regard?
We've seen some great things. We've came out here with more confidence of winning against other teams. We came out here with more confidence that we can make good plays, fight for the first downs, make touchdowns, make stops to the other team's offense. We come out, and for the past couple of weeks, we've just been coming out here and bringing the battle to them.
All righty. Next week, North Davies, the final tune-up. I assume important that the guys, regardless of the talent level of North Davies, got to play well, got to execute, because you still want to be clicking on all cylinders when you get ready for North Central here in 2 weeks.
Yes, sir.
All righty. Well, Bert, congratulations. A terrific season for you, and let's keep this thing going for a few weeks. How's that sound?
That sounds great.
All righty. Congratulations again, and keep up the good work.
Thank you, sir.
All right, that is Bert Rails, one of the seniors on this Springs Valley squad, joining us here after the contest as Valley wins it tonight over Perry by a score of 36-29. We'll step away for a quick break, come back with the statistics on tonight's game when we return. This is Springs Valley High School football.
A message from Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick.
As we age, recuperating from an illness or surgery may take more time than it used to. It's important for you to follow your doctor's discharge orders and include physical, occupational, and speech therapies when needed. Skimping on post-hospitalization therapy can cause potential falls and infections. So do it for yourself and do it for the ones you love.
The road to recovery begins at Springs Valley Meadows and French Lick, where caring people make the difference.
Call us at 936-9991.
What's better than enjoying a fine meal at 33 Brick Street in French Lick? Savoring each mouth-watering bite on their outdoor patio and courtyard. Enhance your 33 Brick Street dining experience by taking in the open air during these warm months. Their patio and courtyard, featuring a fire pit, is perfect for special occasions or events, including wedding receptions, anniversaries, birthdays, and more. They can even design a special menu for your event. Make your reservations by calling 33 Brick Street at 936-3370. That's 936-3370. 33 Brick Street in downtown French Lick, good food all in a legendary atmosphere.
Senior night victory for the Blackhawks as they defeat Perry Central tonight 36-29 on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. As let's take a look at some of the numbers. Valley ends up outgaining Perry 376-314. For Perry, they had 197 of those yards on the ground in 29 carries. Their leading ground gainer was Creek Wright, 14 carries for 90 yards. Clay James had 4 Totes for 45 and a touchdown, and Levi Simpson rushed 8 times for a total of 34 yards. The freshman quarterback, Cameron Bland, 5 out of 13 for 117 yards and a touchdown. He was also intercepted 1 time. James caught 3 of those passes for 84 yards. 12 first downs tonight for Perry, 9 on the ground, 3 through the air. They didn't get to third down much, but when they did, they weren't very successful, just 1 out of 5, and they did convert their only 4th down opportunity. Their time of possession, though, was only 17 minutes and 2 seconds, so Valley had it for virtually 31 of the 48 minutes tonight, which is kind of a reversal of the last couple of weeks. We talked about the 1 turnover. That was the interception by Trenton McElfresh. The Commodores penalized 5 times tonight for a total of 41 yards. Josh Smith punted 3 times tonight, averaging about 31 yards per boot. For Springs Valley tonight, 40 carries, 140 yards. The leading ground gainer, Wyatt Perkiser, 16 carries for 66 yards. Actually, second was Braden Whitaker, 11 carries for 52. Colby, 9 carries for 26. Raheem only carried once. He got no yards on that. Zach Carnes in 3 carries had negative 4 yards. But outstanding passing tonight by the senior Braden Whitaker, 11 of 17 for 236 yards, no touchdowns, no interceptions, and 4 touchdowns. All 4 of those coming to Jackson Land, who caught 5 balls tonight for 158 yards. Wyatt Perkiser had 54 yards on 4 catches, and Ryan Tao caught 2 balls for 24 yards. Valley had 15 first downs tonight, 6 on the ground, 5 through the air, and 4 by penalty. 8 of 14 on 3rd down conversions. They were 2 out of 3 on 4th downs. And again, one of the big keys tonight, they did not turn the football over. 5 penalties tonight for the Hawks for 48 yards. Braden Whitaker only had to punt twice, averaging roughly 35 yards per boot. So that is the final numbers here in the contest, as Valley wins it tonight by a final count of 36-29 on the Fast Eddie's Country Store and Deli scoreboard. Matt Cooper and the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ Incorporated are proud of our young leaders that excel between the lines and in the classroom. BRCJ salutes the parents, teachers, and coaches for their support of these activities, because life is a team sport. Go Hawks from the team of surveyors and engineers at BRCJ in Paoli. Well, again, a win for Springs Valley tonight, 36-29. Tracy, any final thoughts about the contest here tonight?
Well, just like we talked about, just a great win for Springs Valley. Anytime you're playing a opponent like Perry Central with their tradition conference game, and of course the timing of when we play them, this is the time of the year where you like we talked about, you want to keep your momentum going, getting ready to head into tournament time, and just a great way to keep that going. And also, as coaches, we won 4 in a row now, and getting late in the season, football's a tough sport. You're practicing out there, pounding on each other all the time, and this is the time of the year where these wins and this momentum just helps your practices during the week as well, and so everybody can continue to get better and stay focused.
All right. They'll try to have that opportunity next Friday night when they close out the regular season on the road at North Davies. Well, here tonight, Braden Whitaker sets another school record. He becomes Valley's all-time career leader in touchdown passes. He throws 4 of them tonight, all to Jackson Land, as the Hawks hang on and defeat the Perry Central Commodores tonight, 36-29. Perry drops to 3-5 on the year, 2-2 in conference play, with 1 more game left next week against the Mitchell Blue Jackets. For Valley, they improved to 4-4 on the year. They'll finish conference play at 2-3, and as we mentioned earlier, for Mark Hammond, the first time as a coach that he has beaten Perry Central in 10 tries. This was also the 63rd meeting between these 2 schools. Valley still has a double-figure lead in the overall series. For Valley, their 37th win tonight over Perry, the second win in a row, the first time they have been able to accomplish that in almost a decade and a half. So next up for the Hawks, the North Davies Cougars. We'll talk more about that in just a moment. As always, we're grateful to our many advertisers who have allowed us to bring this game into your home, car, business, wherever you might be tuning in. And we're especially appreciative of the cooperation we receive from our participating schools. So we send a thank you to the administration and coaches for both Springs Valley and Perry Central High Schools. We hope you've enjoyed tonight's broadcast as much as it has been our pleasure and privilege to bring it to you. Don't forget IU football coming up tomorrow afternoon. Hoosiers taking on Charleston Southern. I finally got that right. Should know that anyway off the top of my head. And then make sure you're with us for our next sports chat. Our Springs Valley edition comes up Wednesday night beginning at 6:05. And then join us again next Friday night as we'll be in Elnora as the Hawks close out the 2017 regular season as they take on the North Davies Cougars. Kickoff back to 7 o'clock with our broadcast coverage to begin at 6:35. For our studio engineer this evening, Adam Hole, our statistician and spotter for tonight's contest, Stevie McNew, and for Tracy Tucker, this is Mike Hamilton, bidding you a fine and pleasant farewell from the Hawks Nest in French Lick. We're on senior night on the Fast Eddie's Country and Deli scoreboard. It was the Springs Valley Blackhawks 36, the Perry Central Commodores 29. This is Springs Valley High School football.
WFLQ, the sports voice of the Valley, thanks you for listening to tonight's presentation of Springs Valley High School football. Tonight's game's been brought to you by Smithville, now offering DSL and fast internet service to customers, another way to serve you better. Sullivan Financial, Raymond James and Associates Investments, Highway 60 and 9th Street in Mitchell. Springs Valley Metals, formerly Medco, Highway 145, French Lick. 33 Brick Street, good food in a legendary atmosphere in downtown French Lick. And by Springs Valley Bank and Trust Company with offices in French Lick, Jasper, and Paoli. You can best show your appreciation for this broadcast by telling and patronizing our sponsors. Tune in all season long to hear Springs Valley High School football here on your power station for sports, Q100 WFLQ French Lick.